I got picked last for Capture the Flag after
I
girls.
know, it was awesome.
Ooh, God, our fucking fans are perverts. It's honestly disgusting.
You're a psycho. Dude, you're like Christian Bale.
He's nuts. Yeah, put on your headphones.
But she's a nice lady.
But the podcast is beginning.
Ricky.
All right, hypothetically, episode 51.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Overshadowed, the only podcast about the siblings and spouses of people who changed the world. Do I need to say the theme every single time?
I don't know.
I record it once and then put it in the intro.
Nick, your toe is huge.
He's got a
dude.
big
It's
toe.
really crazy.
You want to hear it crack?
No.
Let's get its listeners.
This is what half the people on YouTube tune in for.
Do you have to get wide shoes?
Whoa.
I can do that.
Guys, we can't start the episode like this.
This is gonna get 10,000.
Look at all these
No, get out of there.
I have all
Stop
these
it.
bites on my leg and a rash.
Yeah, that's from the jellyfish.
Yeah.
Have you talked about your episode getting huge because of the feet thing? Have you told that story on this? That's
No,
hilarious.
I mean, we've talked about, in general, just like feet pics and such. But yeah, if you go to our analytics, and by the way, this is Nick Hopping, everybody. Welcome our guest, Nick Hopping.
Show feet. You got to show feet on this pod. It's the only reason we're getting.
Yeah,
some
dude. I
views.
look at there's like a research tab now in YouTube Studio, so you can look at the analytics about what searches or what videos led to your video, and like 600 views in the last month were like male podcasters' socks. It's really upsetting.
So, but we probably started that.
I'm not. What do you mean?
Because who other socks are in
There's
their
a lot of other
podcasts?
sock having podders.
Really?
Yeah, there really are. There's a lot of this setup.
They
going
sound
on.
unlistenable.
That's not
Yeah.
the
Look
point.
at
These
You
today,
put them on mute.
Look at these today. The boys' pizzas. I do hate anybody that comments, by the way. If you comment, you're disgusting. But I will show you on camera. But keep it to yourself. Freak.
Have some dignity in class.
Disgusting.
Anyway, so yeah, we're just hanging out. We did a big old Fat Van Gogh episode last week, so we're just going to be chilling. I haven't seen you, it feels like, in a long time, Charles.
I think a week.
Yeah.
Or a couple of days.
And then
Really,
I've been-
only like 3 days.
I've been on the Rippity Road with Nicholas.
Yeah, you guys start off with the road.
Well, yeah, can we talk about what happened to your dog sitter? Because I actually saw the full arc of of your girlfriend freaking out about this.
Right, so we use a service called Trusted House Sitters.
Mm-hmm.
Which the premise is a person can stay at your apartment for free, but if they watch your dog, so
Mm-hmm.
you get whoever. And this person comes over, and within the first 10 minutes is saying that our apartment is like a mess.
Charles has to take his birth control real quick.
You stole that from Annie Lead.
I didn't steal that from
Liederman.
Annie
Yeah, you stole
Leaderman.
it
No,
from
no,
Annie
no. I've been
Liederman.
saying that for a long time.
You and Hannah Burner are thieves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stealing from Annie Liederman.
Yeah. Annie Leaderman was actually on Summer House before Hannah ever was.
Yeah.
So anyway, she gets there, and she's like, your apartment is a mess. The sheets are dirty. The trash is full, and I don't want to stay here. And we're like,
Whoa.
yeah.
Was it a mess?
No.
No.
It was fine.
Oh, really?
I know Charles is
I mean,
the
it was what-
cleanest among us, but
It was what two
it
guys
really
would say
wasn't.
is
No,
fine.
it really wasn't. There was trash in the trash can, but that's where trash goes.
And it wasn't all the way full. You could put more trash
just
if
forgot.
you so chose. Yeah.
And then Manth was getting these texts because she's the point of contact, and then she calls Nick, and she's like, "Are you like stupid? I thought you were an
Yeah.
adult." And Nick didn't even register that. I'm like, "She called you stupid." I would feel so hurt. And Nick was like, "Did she?"
I don't hear it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the one fight we were talking about, things our girlfriends want us to do versus what we want them. My only thing is the way she talks to me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she gets away with a lot because I don't hear half of them.
You're just
Right.
zoning out when she talks.
Yeah. She's like, you're retarded. I'm like,
You can't
yes,
hurt
yes.
me.
Yeah, I'm like, interesting.
Yeah, no, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sounds
Yeah.
fun.
So she's getting home. And then Manth was getting really stressed about it and calling. Oh, and Manth left me a list of things I was supposed to do before the dog sitter came. And taking out the trash wasn't on them. So when she's like, hey, the person says taking out the trash wasn't taken out. Why didn't you take out the trash? I was like, well, it wasn't on the list. And then she's like, are you stupid? Yeah, I had to literally write everything down. And I was like, yeah, yes. So she was mad. And then...
But that's not the main point of the story. The main point was this woman was like causing a big fuss. Things were fine. The hotel we stayed at was far dirtier.
Yeah.
I love a
Nick's
dirty. I
apartment.
do love a dirty, shitty hotel.
The beds were fine. It didn't smell
Wait,
bad.
tell me about the lady. What happened?
Yeah.
Oh, so she goes, your sheets are dirty, which they were not, but they had one of Manth's hairs on them, just because if you live with a girl, there's just hairs sort of strewn about. And so she wouldn't sleep in the bed. She's like, I'm sleeping on the couch with a towel.
A
So
towel.
It has
So
to be
she-
far more
What a
filthy.
crazy
Just to
lady.
insult us, I think she just grabbed like my a work towel that they gave me, like a carousel towel, and just slept on that, and was like sending us like pictures of her sleeping on the couch.
Did you tell her
Like,
just
I'm
leave?
furious.
We were like, you should leave, and then
Nice.
she goes, well, I don't have a place to stay if I. And she was like calling.
Where do you live then? If you don't have a place,
She's visiting.
She's visiting. It's
This is
people
for
who
this is
travel.
Airbnb for
Got
cheapos
it.
who want to watch your dog and stay in somewhere for free.
Got
So
it.
she's like, I don't have enough money for a hotel.
Yeah. And is calling Manth like, what do you think I should do? I don't know where to go. And Manth's like,
like
we
your
don't.
place is uninhabitable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're
Yes.
like, we're not your friend. Like, leave or don't leave. But
We're not your friend. Hey, buddy.
yeah.
I've not known you for more than an
Also, this
hour.
woman is 46.
She's a 46.
Oh wow, yeah.
So that does kind of taint
Colors
all of
it.
yeah,
this.
she's a weirdo. That's already like you're not. Yeah.
So then the weirdest part, at least to me, we get back, and are you reading right now?
No, my cat, the mat for the litter box. I don't know if she's having a tough time like getting in or not.
I think she's just exploring.
Yeah.
So we get back, and she's been feeding my dog. I have this. I see that my dog's food bowl is full of hazelnuts, and I was like, "What?" And I look. We have a bag of hazelnuts that used to be full and is now empty.
So she was putting hazelnut.
She fed my dog hazelnuts for like 3 days. And we look, I'm like, I don't know how I feel. We looked it up. It's like, okay, but I feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Mance was like, should we confront her? I was like, I don't
Yeah.
think so. You would confront her?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What are you gonna say?
To what end?
Say,
To what
hey,
end?
I said, did you give my dog hazelnuts on purpose? or
Hundreds
did you
of hazelnuts.
Or did you think it was the dog food?
It says hazelnuts.
We're
on the-
thinking that she sprinkled dog food on her salad, perhaps, and
I
mixed
hope so,
up the
yeah.
hazelnut and dog food.
Well, she's 46 and weird. It probably is a normal thing.
I kind of
Yeah.
think what happened is
That's probably why she does this, is just to eat other people's dog food and sample.
and
Yeah, it's like free stay.
yeah.
I get to try new food. That's why I love going to new cities. The cuisine.
Yeah, the dog food's different in every city. It's not in the water. I don't know.
That New York dog food. There's something special about it.
No, my only
It's
guess,
the purest of Ina. I'm sorry.
My only guess. So our dog food is behind the trash. Like you have
Yeah.
to pull a trash can and then can of dog food. And I think she was so appalled by that there was a little bit of trash that she just went ugh, and then never looked again
Wow.
and just assumed that.
and was like, I guess I'll give this dog nuts.
Well, because hazelnuts are the same rough shape as dog food. So
but they
it's
look
just-
like a nut.
And they also sound like nuts. They tumble into a plastic bowl
Yeah.
as a nut would.
Yeah.
You know, there's a specific. This
Yeah, like
lady's
shells.
So dumb.
Yeah.
I don't even think she's met a dog before your dog. Your dog was also wearing the harness when we
Yeah.
got back to.
Well, that's the thing.
the
This woman
place.
had only had cats before and mostly sits for cats.
Yeah.
And there's actually a big learning curve, apparently,
No, you're insane. I mean, yeah, that's crazy that she stayed at your place.
for the whole weekend.
And the craziest part is that Manth, Nick's girlfriend, kept being like, "Look, you can leave. We have other people. We have like Andrea Allen, Nick's brother, lined up. Like we're gonna get people in to take care of the dog." And she was like, "I don't have another place to stay." And Manth's like, "I'm gonna cancel it, but they won't let me cancel it. And if you cancel it because of some reasonable complaint, the company will put you up in a hotel." And
Oh.
she's like, "Yeah, but the cancellation wasn't working." And Manth is like, "I don't know what to do. They're not responding to me, but like, you can leave." And then, so basically, she's like, "I don't want to stay here." And Manth is like, "Well, go." And she's like, "I'll stay the whole fucking weekend then."
Yeah, she starts
Weird.
like
So like,
threatening.
I'm like, what is the goal?
Should you, man? And Mantha's out of town too.
And she's getting
You
really
got like
stressed.
a weird squatter.
Yes.
Every week we've had this before. It is very weird. When you have someone you don't like in your apartment, it's a bad feeling. Even if I know they're not doing anything, they're just annoying in my apartment. We had one. It was this lesbian couple, and they call us and they go, "Hey, Nelly just bit us." And we're like, "Send us a picture." And they're like, "No, it's not that kind of bite." And we're like, "What are
It's
you
not that
talking
kind
about?"
of. It's
It
an
was
invisible
emotional.
bite.
It was an emotional.
Yeah.
bite. Yeah. It was the way she looked at me. It was biting.
So it made me so. They go, "All right, well, will you have a friend come pick up Nelly, and then we'll stay the duration in your apartment without your
scam.
dog?" And we're like, "No, like." And I was on a beach trip. I was getting so fired up. I was like, if we don't hear about this being resolved soon, I'm going to drive back and just surprise them because I still have keys, obviously.
Yeah,
And I can-
yeah, nice.
You know, and I can kill 2 women.
Yeah, of course. A couple of hazelnuts.
Yeah.
That's wild. And so, are you going to continue using this app?
Oh, of course, you save so much money.
I learned about this app. I'm gonna start trying to use it to stay places.
You
for
can
free.
use it to travel.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's a
it's
good-
not dogs or cats. Man's watched goats before.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I would do that if I was on the if
And you get
if
free milk.
goat's milk. Goat's milk. I wonder is I've had goat. I love goat cheese.
I love goat cheese.
That's what it's all about.
Love the cheese.
We stayed.
That's what it's all about.
We sat a dog in.
I do comedy for the cheese. The goat cheese.
What were you saying, Nick?
We sat a dog in Denver whose name was Henry, I think. And from like the hours of like 9, like when he woke up to like 6:30 p.m., he was like the nicest dog ever. And as soon as the sun went down, he just wanted to fuck me so bad. The whole evening, he humped my head, and I thought it was funny, so I just let him do it for a bit, and then I'd put him down, and he would like viciously do it. And then if I
when you were asleep, you'd wake up to this.
asleep, yeah. And then if I didn't let him enough times, he would. I've never seen a dog. You know how dogs don't make a ton of eye contact; they kind of side eye you. This
Yeah.
one would like. And just look at me.
He must have thought that you were letting him. You know, like when a dog will play, they'll roll over and show you their belly. Like they're kind of submitting a little bit. Like my mom's dog and my girlfriend's dog. My mom's dog would just roll over and let Molly's dog pin her. So it probably thought that when you were letting it fuck your ear, you were the sub.
I just thought it was funny because his penis gets nowhere near me. He's just sort of gyrating out
Yeah.
here. I was like, how funny is that? And then he's like, it's not funny. It's serious.
Yeah, I'm getting closer.
It's not funny at all. Stay still. Don't move.
Shh, don't talk.
When I worked at my dog job, the doggy daycare, there was a dog that tried to hump me every day, and I always pushed him off. And when he got on his hind legs, he was like up to my neck. He was just a giant dog. And then one day there was a big dog pile, and you have to jump in when there's a dog pile and like try to save the dogs.
Oh, I thought you meant to have fun.
Yeah.
No, it was,
You just gotta.
You can't miss out on a
Oh
dog.
no! Yeah, it's one of the. It's
not
called the fringe benefit.
Yeah,
of
it's
the
not a procedure. It's just
Yeah.
you're lame if you don't.
And on camera, so this dog attacked this other dog, and then all the dogs piled in, and I was like, no! And I jumped in, and then on camera, this dog that tried to hump me every day, Bodie, and I would always push him off. He was not in the dog pile. He was all the way in the corner. He sees that I'm defenseless and goes, you see him just go, yeah, and just go, yeah, and bite me and then run away. He just was like, you should have let me fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I had to get, I think I still have a little scar.
Whoa, you do.
It was huge before.
Oh my God.
Let me try and look it up.
That's what happens to whores.
Let's try and look it up.
Hell hath no fury like
The
a
original
dog
while we're
scorned.
talking.
Didn't get to fuck Charles.
No, it did. And then I had to get like a rabies,
That's a big scar.
Yeah.
You must have been bleeding profusely.
Oh,
You
it
must have
was
looked
huge.
hot. I mean, you must
I'm
have been
trying to find
sexy back then.
Yeah.
Try to find it as we're podding.
Scars are great.
They remind us that the past is real.
The scars remind us.
Jeez.
Did you ever see the window one jumping out of the window?
What? This is you after getting
That's
bit by a small dog?
that's the jumping out of the window
Oh, that
story.
makes more sense.
Yeah, he has a neck brace from
Can
getting
you just
bit in
give
the
me
arm.
a neck break brace?
Yeah,
so I
just
look
kinda
like
want-
how I feel.
I want the clout.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that dog thing was like the first experience that we had, and then we did 2 shows. They were fun. The first show was
Yeah, give me
outside.
the showdown, the
Showdown.
lowdown.
If Ron's listening to this, we crushed perfect shows, lots of tips.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, I think, evaluated the show in an appropriate way. He was like, this weekend was a pass.
We passed. I'm grading it pass fail.
What does that mean?
Well, just because, like,
Well, I don't want to give us an A through F because then I'll have
But
to
what
know
does
how
pass
we
mean?
did.
Like you did well, or
No, it means we didn't do bad.
okay?
it means that people will have left the show for the most part and be like, something to do.
They'll make a noise that's something like, their voice will go up an octave or so. for a
Okay.
moment.
They might not go back. Some of them, one dude gave us a $200 tip.
$200 tip.
Whoa,
One
that's
man.
cool.
He was like a bad comedian daddy. He was like, yeah, comics will come through here and they really struggle and I take care of them.
Wow,
That's what he said.
that?
Yeah, he goes, there was one guy who came over last month. He bombed so bad I gave him a huge tip.
I gave him a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave him a boat and a hand job. He was autistic though, and that was the funniest part about it is that he self-disclosed several times that he was autistic,
And he has a lot of money.
He's a software engineer, yeah. And then Nick at the end went to shake his hand, and then he's like, "I'm sorry, I don't do that." And then his wife
Not
went,
for comics of your level.
yeah. Maybe if you were Bill Burr, but he went to shake his hand, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry," and I don't do that. And then his wife went shrugged and was like, "He's autistic," and then they left. It was pretty cute.
Yeah,
actually.
I haven't touched him once in my
It was
whole
great.
marriage.
He was a great laugher though. And it was funny because he told us, "Ricky, stop eating the wires." Charles, can you control your cat?
Rick,
Stop looking at your phone. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the dog scar.
We don't need it. It's fine.
No, I'm finding it.
Okay.
You
well,
guys are gonna be so amazed.
I appreciate that you're
I
putting
think I'm
in
already
effort.
past it. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad
was huge.
I'm glad you at least stopped on your own terms. You didn't let me dissuade you. You're like, you know what? I've independently concluded that this is not worth it. Autism.
So he goes, he's
we were
autistic.
looking at this guy a lot though, and
he was
because
one
he
of
was
the people
laughing,
laughing
he was
consistently.
He was
So we're
laughing
like, this
hard. He was a
guy-
good audience member, and
He's like,
as an-
don't do that.
internally he was like, "Oh!"
No.
Which must have meant we were truly killing because he was still laughing, despite the fact that we were
was
staring at him like a
humiliated.
dog who wanted to
Yeah.
hump his head.
So these shows were outside. They were
No,
bad.
the first
First
show was outside, and
Next to a highway.
To the Booker's
Jeez.
to the Booker's credit, he was pissed that it was outside. He did not want it to be outside.
But he feigns being pissed every time it's outside.
yeah,
Even though some of them are obviously going to be outside. He's like, what? They put you up in the outside thing that they told me?
yeah.
In the one space where you could possibly have a show?
You performed outside on the ultimate frisbee course.
Right. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I thought they'd have you in the kitchen.
So we advocated to go inside. But anyway, so it was the problem with this one was that it was a big tent, and we set up a little corner station next to the wall, and we like surrounded it with chairs and shit and tables. So it looked like a separate space, but it was next to a road that seemed to be the motorcycle capital of the world. There were like during your set, I couldn't hear based on the chatter from the people playing cornhole and everything behind us, and the road and the motorcycles next to us. I like could not hear Nick.
Wow.
Other people could, like they could, and it was also daylight when Nick went up.
Yeah, it was.
So he
we had
Was
two
it
different
5?
shows. 7:30 show.
so it was light out.
It
It
was
was like dusk.
And the
when
worst-
I go ahead.
The worst part for me was I felt like I went fine, and then I talked to Zach after, and he goes, "Dude, thank you so much for just jumping
That
on
is
that
hilarious,
bullet.
yeah.
I mean, that was brutal.
Who
I
else
couldn't
came with
even
you
watch.
guys? Was it just you
us.
two?
It was us
Oh
two.
wow.
So we both did like 35, 40 each show.
Yeah.
Which was good.
It was cool.
It was
Yeah.
overall like we made money. We got to do long sets, try tags and stuff. But yeah, my set was definitely better because the show just became better. It became night. The traffic had died down.
When you were up, it felt like a show.
When you were up, it felt like everyone
other
was
thing.
like trying by force of will to
Yeah.
make it a show.
And they were mad all because the tent was nice and comfortable and cool, and we made them leave the tent to go stare at a wall, and you could see they were like annoyed. They were like, "Where's the show?" We're like, "It's over there." They were like, "Well, that's stupid."
Wow.
You made a good point during your set. You're like, they said it would be good outside, and in theory that makes sense because it's nice to be outside.
Right.
But in every situation, comedy shows are the antithesis of what you would normally want in a seated venue.
No, you want people to be slightly uncomfortable, so they have like the ideal comedy setup is everyone's like on a Peloton bike, just
That's
like,
true, yeah.
and they just let's just focus on this because I can't get quite right.
Right, shoulder to shoulder. Like they're like it's almost like a big sleepover in the basement, and there's not enough sleeping bags and pillows for everybody.
Why do you
so
like? Why do you want the uncomfortableness?
Not uncomfortable,
So
but
they
just
don't
like shoulder to
get
shoulder.
tired. So they're like a little kind of
Nick's
and they want to focus.
overemphasizing how much uncomfortable
You want them to
need
be cold.
You want to put a
wet.
thumbtack on
You
every
want them to be
chick.
wet.
You want trench foot to be setting in, rats crawling
You
across
want them to have recently received bad news
For maximum laughs.
Yeah,
They need to have hiked miles with no provisions.
yeah, blisters. You want blisters.
You want blisters, you want pus. And that's what makes a great audience. The second show was good. The second show was more like it was at a winery.
Oh, that's cool.
They dressed up a lot of collars and pastels
Ooh,
to come to
that's
our
fun.
comedy show.
You know what I mean? Like hot wives and like passable husbands,
Nice.
Yeah,
that type of thing. But like it seemed
that
like,
like tight fat. You know,
Yeah.
like they're fat, but it's tight
Yeah.
skin still.
yes, it kind of like reminded us of like kind of our mom's friends or like maybe a little younger,
yeah.
but kind of like clutching your pearls.
Well, like 40?
No, 60.
50 to 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Late 50s, I thought.
Jeez.
And then yeah. So and then like
You don't want to actually. The older crowds are still fun. I guess they're not even older,
it's
but they're
funny,
just middle
dude.
aged.
It's so interesting. Like you
The-
really get a psychology of America doing this because they like sex stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, all of
They like
America
everything. Yeah,
doesn't
they've also-
find me that funny.
Yeah, but also
And that's
I,
interesting.
there is that mix where it's like, hey, we are like I think the newer, twistier, weirder jokes, but like they are down for. I think they're better than a 20-year-old audience.
Well, they just cringe up at different stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they'll cringe at anorexia in Brooklyn, but it does well when Nick does a joke about it for them. But they'll tighten up at religion, which in New York is like obviously a joke.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's clearly where nobody cares.
right.
But they like sex and stuff. Yeah, so it's
Did not.
interesting.
I had a joke about killing yourself in a bathtub that bombed.
But
Differently, like
Okay.
both of us
Somebody
had jokes
audibly
that
went,
didn't hit.
"Oh no!"
that's awesome.
Like-
I had that during the JFL audition. I started my
heard
bladder
it.
jokes, and somebody went, "Oh no, oh!" like twice.
It's so hard to recover.
And I wanted to. I wish I would have broke because I was already like,
Yeah.
this is worthless. And I wanted to be like, in my head, I was like, could you shut up? I just want to be like, I'd be like, you shut up, and then just like, thanks, something.
Yeah.
Just to be like, you were told this was an important thing for everybody on the lineup, and you're during my set, you're going, oh no, like it's impending doom.
You should have. You have a funny way of being sort of blisteringly mean to people. because you have a very nice, friendly.
Yeah.
You do,
Like I
yeah.
saw you doing a set, and you were sort of struggling, but it was the audience, and you were just like, "You guys are dumb." Like
Yeah.
and you
You're
said
like,
it.
oh, you're dumb.
It was so
Yeah.
friendly. You were like,
Yeah, it's
"You
very
guys are
friendly.
like really stupid."
Yeah, sometimes I'm just like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
And then it never really gets a laugh, but I just wanted to get it known, like, you guys are so stupid.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're really a bad audience, like, and they won't even, because a lot of times you can be like, you guys are stupid, and they'll laugh, because they're like, we are being tight. But when they're really dumb, like at our Tuesday show,
That doesn't
they're
even
like,
work.
and you're like, I just want you to know you're stupid.
Dude, at your Tuesday show, the most, I think, glaring example of how your audience was not fun. I went up and I was like, do you guys know how devastating you are for the other comedians?
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
you're crushing them. And as I'm saying that, you hear Santiago, who went before me, leave, and he goes, oh, my God. And that didn't get a laugh. Like, the whole
that's
audience heard it.
crazy.
And I was like, see? And they're
That's
like,
crazy.
oh, yeah, I guess so. I'm like, that's so funny.
No, it's
I guess
really
he's gonna kill himself.
It's really wild the shows that we produce.
Yeah.
in
We
New
also
York.
kind of exhaustingly spent like 6 hours at Panera Bread on Friday.
It was awesome. I don't know who he's talking about.
Oh yeah, because you were you were working from home.
Well,
I was
no, we
working
got
from
we
You
Panera.
got
sent me like working from Panera. You sent me a Teams message. You didn't get back to me for like 4 hours.
I was just testing to see if my internet was working. I didn't want to talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got kicked out
I
of our
didn't tell you
hotel.
why?
By the way, we
out.
met the
Too much,
saddest
trash?
we met the saddest woman of all time.
This is fascinating. We check into the micro something.
The Microtel.
Microtel.
Oh, yeah,
They
like,
wouldn't let me
yeah.
in, but they're like, Nick is a member.
I have a very small penis, and
Got it.
I use it to great advantage. But we get in, and this
They
lady.
have accommodations for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cold rooms. We get in, and the lady's this sort of larger, very fat woman.
Larger than life figure.
behind the
Oh,
counter.
and you hated her already. You're not a pro fat.
I'm extremely fat phobic.
Yeah.
And I will justify that all day. But she's like rude. Like I was like, hi, we have a reservation. She's like, what's it under? And I was like, it's either this or this. And she's like, no, what? And she's like yelling at me kind of. And then she sort of softened, and because I charmed her. I told Zach I was really charming. We started
I
talking.
mean, I was there. He didn't need to tell me. I saw it happen.
I was like, Zach, watch this. I charmed
Did you say
this
out loud?
behemoth.
Watch this.
yeah.
Miss,
He whispered to me.
do you want a piece of cake?
He whispered.
But she just starts telling us in great detail about her, how tired she is all the time and her
I
sad,
hate
sad
it.
life. And we were talking about if it's tough when you because you said when you turned 29 you got
We brought
freaked
you
out.
up.
Yeah.
Oh,
You-
nice.
you were in
We
the
were like,
yeah,
we have a
yeah,
friend
yeah.
Charles who we think would make love to you very well.
Yes. Yes.
I couldn't do too fat.
Well, we didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
Well, you should. Yeah.
She
let her
said
know.
we said if you work on yourself, we have a buddy back in New
Yeah.
York
Yes.
that we would love to introduce you to.
Yeah. No, 29 is a year where you're like,
Well, then we asked her if she freaked out, and she said no. When I was 30, I freaked out. And then I asked, was it because
In a far less charming manner than I had been so far.
in a very stilted and
Yeah.
awkward kind of upsetting way.
so what?
So was it? Was it? Do you think it was because that you couldn't physically do as much?
30 is bigger than 15. That's what he said.
I did
It
say
didn't make
that.
any sense.
What?
And I
Really.
showed her my asshole. No, but she said, I said, do you think that you freaked out because
You're so fat.
Shut up. Because you can't do. We've been in a car for 6 hours. Do you think you freaked out because you can't do as much physically as you could when you were 28, or do you think it's because you are sad that you have less life left? And then I went booga booga booga.
You tickled her.
And I
but she
tickled
couldn't
her.
feel it because of her.
No, she was impenetrable,
Impenetrable.
like a
Yeah,
walrus.
Yes.
But
But the thing she said, she goes, what depresses me is that I'm 32 now and I'm in the exact same spot I was when I was 27. I'm just the night person at this hotel and I'm fat. And she seemed to have no...
that was in her eyes, the last
She
part.
seemed to have no... what was in her stomach? She seemed to have no plan or goal. I really hate being sort of an East Coast lead, but just being in New York, you realize you self-select for driven people who are trying to take control of their own lives. And in other places, they are not. They're just like, I work here and I'm tired, so I won't apply for another job, so I guess I'll keep working here. And I'm 40. What happened?
Yeah, of course. Especially if you live in like just a suburb. Kyle Kinane has a joke, but it's an observation about like the suburbs they don't get it because you can say like you're from the streets and that's a lot of cred, but like the suburbs are hard to get out of because you can't just maintain this like
It's comfortable.
comfortable life and then you're like I'm 40.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
And then we went and sat in a Panera for 7 hours.
Yes, we did. It's like the frog
moving
in
our
the-
lives forward.
I think we did.
No, we did. We had some good chats and stuff, but yeah, it was a long time because we had to check out. It was kind of annoying. Like we had this hotel, but we didn't We had it until 11 a.m. and then we had to go to Panera until the show, which was at 7:30.
Jeez.
So
did anybody at Panera talk to you? You brought your monitor and everything, like your laptop and a side monitor?
nobody travels
side
with a
monitor.
side monitor.
Yeah, I
Charles.
didn't do that. I have a
Yeah, he
portable
does
one
bring one.
actually.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
brings
this
one.
time though. I have one.
Bitch.
It connects via
Stupid
magnets to
bitch.
the back of my laptop. It's amazing.
Oh, that's what the magnets are for.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so I can put my
she
laptop
was
on
touching
my.
my foot. I thought that was you, Charles. I'm
she
like,
attacks,
buddy.
She attacks feet.
It's so I can put the laptop.
Is Ricky
on my
commenting on our
fridge.
YouTube? Oh, Ricky's such a
She doesn't
cutie.
understand. She knows that it's your foot, but in a sock, she'll attack and then lick and be like, "I'm sorry, I really want to play."
I have a fetish.
Yeah, she likes to attack. Oh.
She's fun.
Okay, so what? So you're in the Panera. Nobody gives a shit that you worked all day.
No, it
there.
doesn't matter.
No,
It's
no,
just,
no.
we're just squatting
Why do they
there
care?
and, teens come in scantily clad and we find that rude to us because we,
What do you
Have
think
no
about
self-
this?
No, we just have to.
Yeah, I got to go to the bathroom and jack off now. I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
You said you didn't jack off the whole weekend. I jacked off
didn't.
every day.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you say to Nick? I'll be right back.
I didn't say anything. It's just like
He just
before I
kept being like, "You should shower first," and I was like, "That's okay, you go." And he's like, "Okay, all right, buddy. It's whatever you want." If
You
you
turn the
wanna-
water on while you're not in the shower. I see. what you're
Yeah,
doing.
of course. He comes in. My hair's not even wet.
Yeah.
He's like, we gotta go. I'm like, I gotta get in.
Do you have this? I find it harder to ejaculate while standing. It's like a
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yes.
blood
hate-
flow. It's like
I can't
it
do
is.
that.
I feel like I'm in like Denver, like I'm at a high altitude, and I'm like
the Mile High City?
Exactly, I'm like winded. So
Yeah.
what I've done is I'm in the shower and I'm trying to jack off.
What
and
have you done to fix this?
Well, no. So I'm in the shower. I lean. I sit like this, like in the bathtub.
In the
yeah,
shower.
I do that too.
Yeah, I get well, but
I do
then
that
it-
too.
You
you
jack off in the shower sitting down.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
come on my
of
stomach.
course
and
you
stuff.
do.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, because the
Charles,
shower's already
are you-
going. It's nice.
you're
my God.
crazy.
The thing is, you got to turn the water up because not further away, and it gets cool by so it's really hot. And then I
Yes,
stand back up and
yes.
I'm burned.
Wait, I don't know.
Nick, we're
what-
brothers.
You guys are crazy.
No, but so then what
Put
happens?
your feet down.
Wait, I got to
or
do
raise
my.
them up.
I got to do
But-
my act out.
Okay.
Let me finish. So
Okay.
you sit like this, and it's so slick that you start to keep sliding.
and that's half
and
the
then I'm
fun.
like, all right, let's just do stirrups. So you're up like this, and you keep
Jacking
sliding.
off.
Yeah, I'm still jacking off.
Why not?
And then if I get to the point where I am on.
You're all the way
my
down to the
neck.
plug.
No, I'm on my neck. Basically,
legs are in the air.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
you undo the shower and the bathtub starts going and then that's when
Yeah.
you finish.
Yeah. The bathtub gets on your asshole. Oh!
Yeah, that's right. And then you hit yourself in the face.
No, but if you came in, you would think I was trying to do a handstand, and I'm just jacking off, and that's just how that's where life takes you. You just keep sliding, and I'm on my neck,
you have to make the best
jerking
of a
off
bad
upside
situation.
down.
Wow.
Face is totally
You
red,
guys just
coming
don't
so hard.
You guys don't just sit on the toilet before you get in the shower?
I do
No,
that too.
'cause if
Pump
you sit
one
on
out?
I do that too.
Because you sit on the toilet, and then
I'm an everyman.
you hit the back thing, and it. You know how there's
makes
like
sound.
A lid.
It makes
It makes a
sound.
sound, and it comes slightly off, and I forget to fix it. And the man's like, "Why is it when you shower, the toilet lid? Like, what are you doing?"
Because we don't fuck anymore.
Yeah, well, and I couldn't
Yeah.
explain that, so she thinks I'm like taking the lid off, like jerking off into the top part, and then putting it back on or something.
Ooh, little what is that called? Double decker?
It's called an upper decker.
Upper
Yeah,
decker.
But usually you
decker.
don't do it with cum.
Yeah.
Hey, how come when I flushed, it was white and not
Yeah.
brown?
It's brown.
That's what you do an upper decker. You shit in the top
Oh,
part,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
when the
yeah.
water comes in, it's brown.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Sorry, I forgot.
classic.
Last time I gave revenge.
Yeah.
I gave revenge on somebody once in the
It's a
pandemic.
poop best served cold. Yes.
Well, I put a soda in a kid's freezer that like kind of fucked me over. A glass soda.
The freezer fucked you over?
No, my buddy fucked me over, so I
know,
checked in
I
his
know.
fridge and I was like, "What could I do that's kind of sneaky?"
That's kinda
And he had like a Doritos, like the Mexican glass soda,
Oh, shit. Oh,
soda
that's mean.
made with glass.
Yeah.
And I put it in the freezer, and I was like, "Best case scenario, this explodes into a million pieces." And I wasn't talking to the kid at the time; we were fighting. And then he's like, I didn't talk to him for months. And then he sent me a picture one day, and he's like, "Hey, fuck you!" And it was like all
great.
exploded, and I was like, "Yes!" And but I texted back like, "Oh no, must have done that by
I
accident."
guess I forgot. I was trying to quickly cool my Doritos.
Yeah, I was really excited to have that.
Yeah, they use sugar cane, It's
Yeah.
sweeter.
Have you ever exacted revenge in a way that felt satisfying?
Rick,
No, I feel like people have mostly smote me.
what has been done to you?
I mean, backpacks nuggeted.
Nuggeted. Someone poops in your backpack?
No, they flip it inside
They
out.
fill it with gold.
You
Yeah,
never
they
had
flip
that
it
in
inside out, and
middle
then they
school?
put your
flip it
books
inside out?
in, and then they zip it up inside out.
Okay.
Dude, I had this kid.
Only they did that to my intestines.
Yes. What is that called?
Vivisected?
Yeah. I was like
Why are
really
you dissatisfied with that? That's what it's called?
No, there's a name. There's like a different name for that.
Upsy, downsy,
when you
outsy,
pull out
itesies?
someone's intestines.
Oh, disembowel.
Disembowel. There we go.
Yeah.
I was like really
All
stupid.
you have to do is ask Nick.
We've been doing this thing. We both asked each other how smart we thought we were, and when you do that, you'll notice people their vocab goes way up.
You just became an idiot.
Yeah,
they
try to smart in the car, and
They try to smart in the car.
no, if you ask somebody like how smart do you think you are, you'll notice their vocabulary suddenly gets way more expansive. I bet it's going to happen now just because I brought this up. You really go for your big words, and we've been doing that all weekend.
I like big gopher words.
I don't know any big words, so we're good.
Yeah.
I don't want to pee. How smart do you think you guys are?
I don't know.
I took an IQ test.
I couldn't. I got.
What was your IQ?
132.
I don't know what that is.
It's like 2 standard deviations above the average.
Nice.
But it was like sketchy online.
Oh yeah,
There was like porn ads on the side. and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
don't know.
I pulled up an IQ test, and then I saw the first 2 questions were like about patterns, and I hate those types of questions where it's like a bunch of
'cause you're
dots.
stupid.
It's because I'm an idiot. It's like dots in a 3x3 grid or whatever, and then it's like, what pattern is it gonna be next? And I'm like, fuck this. I'm dumb.
Hey, fuck this.
Hey, fuck this. I'm
Thought
dumb.
this was gonna be trivia about diners, drive-ins, and dives. This is IQ test.
Come on, Guy Fieri's birthday. I got that cold. What product does he use?
Yeah. My Guy Fieri IQ is pretty high. What are we basing
My
intelligence
Guy
off
Q?
of?
Oh yeah, I got a
Yeah.
very high Guy Q. I'm a genius. Hey, do you want some nicotine gum? Ooh, bitch.
Dude, Nick is all about nicotine.
We were throwing
gum.
nicotine
This is what I
gum
gave
at
you
each
the
other.
other day.
Yeah, and I
You
put it in
didn't-
my pocket because I
he
didn't take
Yeah,
it.
wow.
Don't take it.
Not a real friend.
A real friend takes whatever you give them. Yeah, take it right now.
You guys hear nicotine gum?
Also, we could talk about how you guys met my hot cousins.
Oh, yeah,
And you
they're-
went to my house.
Wait,
for
can
the
I talk
birthday.
about one more thing from the trip?
Absolutely, yeah.
I didn't bring this. I was so cool about this, and I apologize if this embarrasses
Does Zach do that thing he does?
Wait, what thing?
you. No, so Zach goes, I wrote a comedy song in college. I was like, that's cool.
Oh, I
and then you
listened to
turned
this.
down the radio and sang the whole song to me, and I was so cool about it.
Oh, was it the avocado song?
No.
No, it
Oh.
was something else.
No.
I mean, it was amusing, but that was crazy
hated
that you
it.
did that.
You thought that was crazy? I thought we were just talking bits.
You sang that whole song to me.
Yeah, man, I had to like show you what the song and rhythm and stuff
It was 45 full seconds while the radio is still playing. I can hear both.
Did you have to turn down some of Nick's sad folk music?
It's not sad. It's flaccid and bitchy.
It's weird.
Look who's sad. Look who's sad. Charles is on. Ha ha ha.
You listen, Nick. At some point, Nick will put on the music he likes, and he's like, "And the goat died yesterday," and you're like,
We
this is
listened
like
to
a weird
a
bop.
crazy song. It's very catchy. It's that bluegrass song.
It's called, check it out, Banjo Odyssey by the Dead South. It's about a guy who really wants to fuck his cousin, and then his cousin's not that into it, but he does anyway. And it's so
It's
so
like Zach's cousins.
Well, that's it's a perfect segue. That's why I set him up.
So he
No,
had,
but how do you sing? What is it? Can you sing it for me for 45 seconds, and then I'll make fun of you later on a podcast?
I almost didn't do it because I was like, that feels mean.
No,
'cause
it's
it
okay.
already
Yeah, you
happened.
gotta
But,
make
I don't
truth
really
here.
care.
if we weren't friends, this would have been something I would tell everyone about. I'd be
Yeah.
like, he sang a whole song to me
Yeah.
that he wrote. And then you did the guitar parts.
We were talking about content and clips, and
You did the guitar parts with your mouth. Between the verses, yeah, you went like, and then it goes.
no.
Yes, you did.
No.
play the recording.
Yeah, Nick does
No,
record
Zach,
all of
you
our
do this,
combos.
okay? You do this, and you
No,
have to stop.
what I did do.
You were scatting,
Well, yes, I mean,
but not even jazz. It was like guitar scatting.
what
And
I
I
did.
had already driven for 3 hours at this point, just like very
Nick,
cool.
Nick was weak.
He took advantage.
defense, yeah.
I had a girl once on a date throw me up against. She told me she was a slam poet on like the first date, and I was like,
Awesome.
it's the first date, so
And
you're
then she
like, that's
suplexed you and started doing haikus.
She did. Well, the second date, she like, we got a little, we went to a bar, and then I think she tried to pull like a alpha move, and she like threw me up against a car, not her car, not my car.
Whoa.
And like battle rapped a poem at me.
So
jeez.
hot.
And I had to be like,
That's not what slam poetry. Ooh, babe.
Was it about something awful, like racial?
No,
something,
it was
something?
like a stereotype, like
Yeah.
patriarchy. I'm a woman, and I had to be like,
Gonna make my stand.
yeah, it was really
Move to Japan.
She was homeless. It was like a whole.
She was homeless.
I found out.
In that
I have a
moment.
stupid cheesy joke about it, but it's like, yeah,
That was the moment she became homeless.
yeah.
The IRS
she lived
was
in her
like,
car.
nope.
I found out. Yeah, lived in the car.
Oh, interesting. Oh, you had that funny joke about her about sucking her toe, but the toenail was too long. It's like
Yeah.
biting a tortilla chip. But
That was that
It's
okay
such a
joke.
bad-
I remember
it's
the
such a
okay
bad
joke you
joke.
had about that. I don't remember the funny joke.
It's the that joke. I tried to revisit it today because Peter Wong told me he's been starting with his D's and C's because he's recording in like October.
Yeah, well, he
Yeah.
also
So he's
told
like-
you to wait in line.
The
until
big
you're
thing is to
successful.
wait
yeah,
in line.
well, their strategy. It was. I mean, it's one of those things where when they were saying it, I just went. You know, in your mind, you're like, I could fight this, but what would be the
gonna
point?
be
So
easier.
I did a.
That's what Nick did about the hazelnut lady.
I said, God, that's so. Why didn't I? You're right. You guys are really right, and I agree.
That's the advice I got before I moved to New York. They were like, "You're skipping a lot of places in line." I was like, "What to move? Like, is
What
for my
line?
apartment?"
Anyway,
exactly.
we can move
There's
on from
no,
the line
there's
thing.
no line.
This isn't very
leave this all
entertaining.
out. I don't want.
Entertaining?
I
Okay.
want. I like that. I
No,
like
it's
them.
just comedy bullshit.
Yeah, they're
No.
great. Leave it out. If
All
it's
right.
in, I'm going to be pissed.
Okay.
You should leave it in so he's pissed. In the next episode, you can talk about how you're pissed.
Yeah, that is
That
good
you left
stuff.
it
People
in.
like an arc.
I don't like
Yes.
People like an arc. Well, you don't.
People
edit
like an
anything.
arch.
it. Leave it out.
Charles doesn't
Hey,
edit. He doesn't have any
fellas.
control.
Okay, what do we? So
well,
we
but tell me about the cousin song.
I
How
just
does
got
it
you
go?
15,000
Oh yeah,
viewers.
you hated Zach singing.
No, I didn't hate it. You're
Okay.
a very good singer. I told
Thank
you many
you.
times.
So are
and
you.
you were an exceptional drummer.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're a good drummer.
Thank you.
What you can do on the top of a thermos is really something.
Oh, buddy, I didn't know you were listening.
Oh, I forget what song it was. I was drumming and you were drumming at like twice the. Like if I was doing
Speed?
ones, you were on like half.
The
So I was like,
twos?
God damn it! Yeah.
damn, this guy's got rhythm.
Can I have some more of my mishters? Can you
Sure,
pass
yeah, I'll
to
get
me?
it for you.
Dude.
And can you
but
handle 2 pieces of ice? No, don't worry.
Do you want to put a olive in there?
Tell me,
No.
It
can
balances
you
it out.
sing the cousin song though? Because I don't want to mess it up.
What's the cousin
My
song?
cousin needs some good lovin' or something. How does it go?
The song about the guy having sex with his cousin.
Oh,
That you know and love, that you wrote.
the line is, I guess she's my cousin, but she needs some sweet loving anyway, and it's so catchy.
And then
There's
the
a bridge that's
is
like-
worse. The bridge.
Yeah, it's like, we go faster, she says, slow down, and it just keeps doing that for
and
again.
I said no.
Yeah, and he said
she
no.
says slow. I said no.
Is this
Yeah.
one guy or is this a group of other people
It's
in a
like
band?
It's
four
called The Dead
dudes.
South.
It's
It's a really good song.
Four
I mean,
dudes gang raping a guy's cousin.
if it
It's
wasn't
pretty-
about that, you'd be like, this is catchy.
Yeah, no, it's a great song, but it's really it just keeps getting to the point where you're like, okay, maybe it's gonna like be fine and turn around, and then it gets way worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was very fun to have you guys over. Speaking of cousins, it was very fun to have you guys over to my my Maryland house.
I really liked your cousin.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never
you grew up
had
in a perfect house.
more fun playing frisbee.
Oh yeah, frisbee's the best. I'm really good.
Yeah, we were all pretty good.
No, we're all great.
And that was a great frisbee. I got that for free, like a charity thing.
Nice.
I'm also charitable. That was so fun though, and there were so
Yeah.
many jellyfish. But I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. There were so many jellyfish in the water. Okay, I live on the bay. I was raised wealthy, whatever. Not wealthy, but not rich, but not I would say upper middle
I was
class,
similar.
lower upper class.
Yeah, which
And
is
Nick,
what we have in Charles's.
Nick took me aside at one
yeah,
point.
you guys are underestimating.
Nick took me.
We asked. Sorry.
Nick took me aside at one point, and he was like, "It seems that you grew up with some means.
Means.
I feel like we're closer now."
Did you grow up on a house? Was your house bigger than Zach's?
He actually brought a
about the same.
velvet rope.
Wow.
He brought a velvet rope.
Well,
and
we were talking
unclipped
about
it.
how much you thought Zach's house was, and
It's
I was
huge.
like, I don't know, like 1.2, 1.3,
I was
and you were like
correct.
$11 billion.
No, I
'cause
guess
you don't
three.
know anything.
But when they bought it, you said one. So
It was like it was
four.
a little less than one. I actually looked it up on Zillow. It was like 1.6.
In what year?
0.6.
I didn't actually look at the year.
So that I bet I'm wrong because I bet it's more than 3 today for
It's not gonna
2023.
be more than
Well, you're
3.
probably wrong
Are you
because you've
sure?
never
I'm
experienced
positive.
the finer things.
What's the year you would guess that they bought it? Were you a baby? Were you born
30,
in the house?
30 years ago.
All right, let's check it out. Keep talking.
No, but I'm telling you on Zillow now. I looked
On
it
Zillow
up.
now it's 1.6.
I looked it up. It's at
But didn't you say they
1.6.
bought it for 1?
Less than 1. Fewer than 1.
Yeah, like
one
like
is countable.
900 or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Or 1 or something.
All right.
This feels odd also to be talking about this.
I'm doing it.
But
I'm
I guess
leaving
it's
it
the
out.
The point is
It's
that
funny, though-
Charles doesn't understand the finer things.
Yeah, the point is
and
that
it shows.
Right.
In his
It
choice
does.
of mismatched socks.
It does show. And mine are mismatched, but more in the way that Mark Zuckerberg's are.
I'm actually wearing socks. That's how rich I am. I have totally translucent socks.
It's the brand is Ziploc.
yeah, it feels amazing.
Fully
they
translucent.
they breathe very well.
Okay, it's 2. I'm off by a million.
You looked up my address?
No, the 900,000 in 1992 to now is 2 million.
No, but we looked up his thing now. It's 1.6.
Charles is adjusting
Well,
cash
that's-
for inflation.
But
Yeah.
that's not how the real estate
That's
the
not
real
how the
estate
real
market
estate
doesn't
market
work like
works.
that.
But what you bought it for? You asked, how much did you think they bought it? Like, how much
So
do you
you're
think?
No, we
evaluating-
were evaluating its current worth.
He's evaluating buying
No,
power
I was
of
going
dollars.
for like how much you bought it for, and I was like $3 million.
That's a modern day. 9 would be a modern day 2.
I was saying how much I
Yeah.
thought it was currently worth.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Because I'm forward looking because I understand money.
It's crazy that it's like that. My dad's house in Arizona in the desert with just a jacuzzi. He told because my dad told me today. 1.3.
Wow.
And it's has way less things in your house.
Fewer
so my
things, fewer
Arizona's
things.
on the rise.
He
I think
doesn't know.
it's different. Your house should be selling for like
It's not like you saw the super house next to my like 3 houses down. That's a huge fucking house. Mine is a big house, but it's not a ginormous house.
A gigantic house.
it's not a gigantic,
It's
but
not a
it's
vagina
it's still
house.
huge.
Yeah, it's not a gaping vaginal house.
But it's just I think your house to you seems less huge because each room is chairs.
Fewer huge.
Each room is chairs. So it's like the same thing is done in every room.
each room, to be fair, is chairs.
Each room is what are we doing here? We sit.
Yeah, we sit in every room. it's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's nice though.
Each room-
You're just sounding poorer and poorer. We're
It's
like,
funny-
chairs in this
it's-
room
it's-
again?
It's funny how like it kind of
There needs to be more. There's so many room for
You should put your
others.
car in this one.
Yeah. There is a lot more. I was like, man, if I had this house, there would be so little chairs.
You should,
Give me
you should
give me
display-
this.
you should display your Volvo SUV in this room.
Yeah. There's so many things to do.
It's weird that I'm like kind of uncomfortable talking about this, but it's funny
leave it out.
because no, I don't want to leave it out because I'm not a pussy.
Bleep out all the numbers.
But yeah, I will, and people have to guess. We'll do a Price is Right on my house. But it's like fashionable to be poor or like to be struggling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you shouldn't be ashamed if your parents like.
It's funny
Yeah,
because I find
worse
rich
are-
people
And
very
I am
attractive.
so grateful that I mean it's a lovely house and I feel like I took advantage of it.
Yeah.
You know, it was wonderful.
Oh yeah.
And we
It's-
played in the bay and everything. It's
I
so
wanna-
fun.
Yeah, I don't have any resentment for it.
No, I know. It's just like the concept of someone saying that you grew up in a relatively privileged upbringing. There's some kind of like negative associated with that. Like they're almost less than or worse or like they're snobby or snooty or whatever. I mean, it was amazing. And
Well, you are snobby. So me and Charles are blue collar in your.
So you're blue
Shut up,
collar
Nick.
and
I was switching
wealthy
teams.
at
Nick's-
once.
Nick, you see,
It's interesting.
Nick got in his feelings about the house. He was like, by the way, guys, my dad just bought a 60-foot boat.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just
that you-
renting it
that you
from the
dropped that.
library.
Sure.
Yeah, he just checked it out from the marina.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as he gets it back in 2
I
weeks.
said,
it's free.
we're at a means war here, huh? As I slowly slid the Frisbee into my backpack. They won't know because they're at a battle of the means.
One thing I wanted to talk
And ate
about.
all the cake.
What'd you want to talk about? Yeah. Charles kept slipping in to eat donuts. You little kitchen
Yeah,
piggy.
you're fat.
I also did not have even one. I took pieces. I didn't have
Yeah.
like one full donut.
It's funny though because throughout the day, my mom had gotten donuts from. If you're gonna say, I'll do it off mic. My mom had said she got like 12 donuts, and Charles kept being like, "I'm gonna definitely when people leave eat 3 or 4 donuts." Like,
I was letting you guys
said that
know.
multiple times.
Well, I felt I had a time limit, and I was like, look, the binge is going to hit me at some point, and I needed to let everybody know.
Yeah, you guys both have unhealthy relationships with food, and that's coming from a guy who has an unhealthy relationship with food.
I think it's like, but I know that I'm going to binge at some point. If I'm
right.
at a house for like 2 days and it's full of donuts and stuff, I'm going to be able to avoid it for a point.
The availability, the
Yeah.
celebration,
Yeah.
the jubilee.
Do you feel that I really believe that the specter of fat is looming just behind me, and it's going to get me.
I don't.
No.
There's a ghost that's just like, and it's right
No.
there, and I have to every day fight it.
I think me and Charles are more like we know that we can be like small boys, and like if we just don't eat a lot, and we can do that.
My default is fat.
You
and
have a
I
fat
am
dad though.
Fighting it,
But I
every
always
day.
I always feel very fat because of the bloat. So
Well,
I'm
you
always
are.
very cautious of like the but I know I'm not fat. But I
Oh,
always
that's
I have
interesting
the
that you say
feeling
that.
of chub. Because so I'm like
Yeah, I feel bad for you. I feel
Looks
like
like
you
a
were
duck,
like
sounds like a duck.
I feel like you were like.
You're a fat duck.
hey, but look, those cousins were looking at me all weekend. I'll tell you that.
Were they?
Yeah, do you see me win at Capture the Flag? They
I
were
did.
oogling, dude.
That's what I want to talk about. Okay,
Let's talk.
I get there, and did you? I got.
oh,
picked,
Nick got there pissed.
I got picked. I was pissed. I got picked last for capture the flag after
I know,
girls.
it was awesome.
Dude, I had to
was
make a
like,
joke
Nick is
about
gonna
it.
get picked last.
I had to make a joke about it to break the tension, but I was crushed.
I'm
I was
so
like, I
sorry.
feel like I'm in fucking middle school,
You're
and
the
everyone just
tallest
called
guy
me
there
gay.
Too. I was like, I knew it.
I was like, what am I doing that makes them think I wouldn't be good
and
at
then you had
this?
nothing to show for it.
No wins, no scores
I was
on the
picked
board.
first, and I came out hot.
It's because you're my friend.
I
and
was
felt
defensive.
bad.
Even there was a girl who was like, that's okay, pick me last, and they still picked her before me.
The girl with the fake accent.
Yeah, my
yes,
cousin.
fascinating.
Yeah.
You probably want to bleep that?
No, absolutely not.
Fake accent.
No,
what
so
a
I have a
cunt.
cousin.
Keep that
No.
in?
It's in. Well, she did get picked last, and then she had like a line prepared.
Yeah, because
She was prepared to be picked last,
Yeah,
you know, because
she's probably been picked last a lot.
I had a line prepared.
She looks like someone who's been picked last, so she's like, I wanted to be picked last so no one would feel bad.
Yeah, then I felt
I'm
worse
like,
because
all
she
right,
said that.
All right, Jesus on the cross. Okay, you're not doing anyone any favors. Yeah, and then Nick
I
is
got
the
still
lowest.
picked. It'd be
you're
like
the
if
horse
Jesus
thieves.
was like,
you're the
I'm-
horse thieves.
I'm dying for all your sins except you.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
I got picked,
Right.
and then as each team did not pick Nick, I was like, "This is awesome."
Anyway, so we were. Yeah, she has a fake accent, which like it's funny because
the cousin,
my
not Marty's girlfriend.
Yeah, the cousin.
And Marty does.
He's actually Christian.
We all think it's just so ridiculous because we grew up with her and she lives in America.
What
She
was
grew
the
up in
accent
New
again?
Jersey. It's kind of like
like German, sort of?
It's like a pan-European pseudo-Dutch.
It wasn't quite right. It was
No, it's not
It was
because
untraceable.
it's been adopted.
I
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
barely heard it.
It's like an accent from a burner phone. You can't really place it.
You got to do the test. You got to put her under anesthesia, and then
It's-
when she wakes up, talk to her.
Oh, like gay
Yeah.
dudes?
The gay dudes.
Yeah, they say gay dudes.
They're straight
for the first 10
15
seconds
minutes.
coming out of anesthesia. They want to eat pussy.
Yeah.
They go, "Where is it?" Oh my god!
They're like very Republican, and they want to
Yeah.
eat pussy.
Sorry, it wasn't being me.
Yeah. But she does. She has a fake accent, and it's funny because I polled the group because I thought it was going to be a fun topic of conversation that my cousin has adopted a fake accent because she's worked in Europe for a little bit.
4 years.
4
though.
years
No,
is actually a
but
good amount of time.
I know it's 4 years, but when she started, it was like 3 months, and she
okay.
came back being like, "Hello, everyone."
That's awesome.
And
That's so funny. But
It's
do you
crazy.
do you ever take this approach? I like this one by being like the kind of nice condescending, being like, that's great, and then like what? I'm like the voice. It's very funny.
That's what I'm saying. You're
that's
a
like an
mean,
uncle.
mean guy.
Yeah, it's
you,
mean.
you're
No,
Charles
biting.
bites.
It's mean.
You smile through it,
Yeah.
but you're like an asshole.
I'm like it's really good.
Yeah.
And they're like,
He
what-
told you were an idiot.
Oh.
when that was math.
No, me. You
No.
called me.
When
And you were like, hey, this, and you said it so matter of fact, like you were like, yeah, it's hot outside. You were like, yeah, this thing you're doing where you don't do your old material. You're stupid. Like, you're really stupid.
yeah. I think that. Yeah, you gotta. I mean, we're friends. You gotta hear when you're
appreciate.
stupid.
I was just shocked and amused. I was
Yeah,
like, wow,
yeah.
you're really laying into me
well,
right
my
now.
real friends that I've known forever, I will. Yeah, that's how I talk to my real friends.
Well, you never
'Cause
talked
I
to
want
me like
people
that
talk to
before,
me.
and I was
want
hard
people-
as a rock.
I want people to talk to me like that.
It was so sexual.
Yeah.
for
Nick-
me.
I
Nick had
know.
to get right in the tub.
I was
and
I
lay
forgot
down.
what that was about. It was some comedy conversation. And I was like,
like,
you're stupid.
Charles, tell me I'm unfunny again.
Yeah. Well, you were saying something dumb. It's like Santiago. I have to call him stupid every night.
Yeah.
I told him yesterday. I was like, you call me same thing every night, huh? You're just gonna do that? I said, be an adult. I don't know what to do. Do I go out or do I make content?
I think it's because you speak quickly and you don't slow it down when you're being mean, so it just sounds the same, but it's really brutal
wait,
what you're
what was
saying.
that?
Yeah, you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Have you ever said anything mean to me like that? I feel
Probably.
like
I don't
you
say it
probably
like I don't
have.
say it to be.
An asshole.
Yeah, I'm just saying it to be like, well, this is what I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate
no.
it. Was I annoying in any way on our trip?
No,
I
had
feel
a-
like I
had
roasted
a-
you for your singing at me.
I had a wonderful time.
Okay. I wasn't
great.
annoying at all?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Come on.
Because I have more annoying stuff for you, but I don't want to say it unless you
Oh,
hit
that's
me with
funny.
something.
Yeah, no, I got some stuff. Just tell me yours.
I noticed as we, I'll do it. I know as we, so like at first you were a great passenger, and then as we went on, you seemed to get less and less confident with my driving, and you
I'm
had
sorry
more and
about
more
that.
things to say.
I know. I'm sorry. I felt
He'd tell me there's a turn in thing, and I'm
I
like
felt me
looking at the
doing
map,
that.
and he's like, yeah, just go that
I
way.
would-
I'm like, I know.
for driving to Astoria or back from Leesburg.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. No,
was
yes, I did.
blind
I know
with
it's
anger.
precisely when it was about halfway through the drive back.
Yeah.
You were like, Nick doesn't have it. He doesn't understand driving anymore.
I think he lost it.
he's
yeah.
he's
What happened
yeah.
He's
that made
become
you think that?
complacent.
Yeah.
He's not doing a new drive every
There was one
year.
though
What
when
thing
you were
where you're
like,
I got it from here.
Well, okay.
there was one moment you had where I actually didn't notice
'Cause
they
he
were
did
at a
tell
full
me he-
stop, and you were like, they're fully stopped, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
I've seen Nick told me that every time he drives back from here, he misses a stop.
Every time I go into Manhattan, it takes 50 minutes for me.
And
to get
on the
home.
way here last time, we added an extra 20 minutes.
Okay, you did take a wrong turn and have to go over the double white line set. Like he had to do that. You know when you see a car, be like, "Whoa, missed an exit."
Yep.
Like so, you had to do that a few
like
times.
a football field length to get back in the right lane.
Adam Ray has a joke about that where you see the car do 5 lanes and he's like, what is your navigation saying? Merge now!
It's literally like a lateral. It's like a rugby pass. Yeah, it's
By the way,
insane.
I farted when I yelled now. That's how much I really, and it hurt.
Thank you for
Sold
committing
it.
to the pod,
Yes.
brother. That's good stuff. I haven't touched you in a while. I missed you.
Dude, that'll probably get more views. This is also a fart podcast.
Yep, Fartcast and Feetcast. Welcome to the Fart Feet Overshadowed podcast.
Don't comment.
Keep it to yourself,
Perverts.
But please
It's
come.
fine. Please comment
at your own leisure. No, but this is how I would categorize our different driving styles. You are a defensive, bad driver. I am an aggressive, good driver because I think like people honk to you. Actually, we were driving in the left, and they were wrong to do this. We were in the left lane. Nick knows.
It was a young African-American woman, which is not important, but she was.
Yeah. We almost citizens arrested her. But Nick was driving, and there was a guy in front of him in the left lane, so he couldn't go any faster. And a woman pulled up next to him and was like, "You got to move over.
You're going too slow. It's
You
like
gotta
I'm
mo-
following this guy."
Yeah, there's no amount. And then she it's funny to see
Like
someone.
if I was like, "Oh yeah," and just killed the guy in front of me. Oh yeah, okay, let me go
yes,
90.
Yes, ma'am. It's funny to see someone do that and then speed up in the right lane and then have to brake suddenly.
Immediately, we're next to each other basically.
Like there's traffic. There's no getting around
Did you look
this.
back like?
No,
You
she
had
was
that-
slightly too far.
Dang.
Yeah, she had
It deserves one of those like.
Yeah. There was a tractor trailer legit swerving.
All over
that's
the road.
really scary.
It
And
was
Charles
very
was like,
scary.
or Zach was like, "Why don't you pass it?" But I was like, "Let's watch." So we just stood by.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
so he was probably like the super tired
Yeah, I think he was.
part
Yeah.
of his drive,
Yeah.
like 20 hours straight or whatever.
You felt. I mean, he was really going crazy.
Yeah, it was. I did feel bad for him, but there was another moment with the drive. Oh, I will just quickly merge, and I'll make decisions quicker.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you need to more slowly evaluate what the situation is, which makes people around you mad because you're not doing a decision fast enough.
Oh, I feel I slowly but deliberately do something. I'm like, I'm going to be in the left lane in
It's
like
deliberate.
15 seconds.
Okay,
so
so
here
you're not
it
a bad
goes.
driver, but you're just
I treat it driving as like no sudden moves. Just I'm going to go over here. Is that cool? Okay, and then I do it.
like other people. Other cars are bears.
Exactly. Look at them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yell
maintain.
at them.
Back up slowly.
Right. Open the windows and go. Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick did that a lot.
And I shit myself.
Shake
Yeah.
your coins.
Yeah, he maced about 6 cars with bear spray.
Hey bear. Hey
Yeah,
bear.
I'm sorry that I was. I noticed that.
No, I was amused by it because I also could sense that you knew it because you apologized a couple times. So I was like, you're doing it.
Yeah, but
So I just kept not saying anything.
Also, you only heard the tip of the iceberg, dude. If I
What you
if
were
I
really
said
thinking?
everything, you would be like, dude, get out of my car.
But that's so you guys, your styles are different, but you guys are putting your styles on each other.
we love each other.
You're not being like, is this bad or good driving? You're being like, it's different than my driving, therefore it's wrong.
I think people would think that I drive slightly recklessly, but I've also never ever rear-ended
And I drive
somebody.
reclusely.
Yeah, and Nick drives like a hermit who doesn't want to go outside.
Yeah. What are these other people?
He's
doing?
scared of people. Yeah, he's like, I thought the apocalypse happened. I thought it was just me.
No, I don't. There were a couple times we would get into some interesting conversation, and I would not pay attention to what was happening.
That is true.
You'd
yeah,
be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I was interested in what you were saying. That's why we almost hit this guy."
Yeah,
You stop being so fascinating if you want to live.
yeah. So then I really boarded up in the car.
That's when you started singing.
Yeah, that's when I was like,
Here's a song I wrote in middle school.
Here's a little song I wrote.
And then Nick turned off the navigation. He's like, I got it. I don't need any help anymore. I do want to pat myself on the back, though, for when we were in my Maryland house. So I grew up on the Chesapeake Bay, so the bay is right outside. Brackish water. It's an estuary.
What's brackish mean?
Mixed of...
half salty, half fresh. People from Maryland like get off to that. They love it.
It's strange, but it's a fun
Do you know
fact.
about brackish water? No, yeah,
I
all right.
did not grow
It's
up
like a
in.
weird Arizona animal that you'd be like, oh, you don't know about
Yeah.
that? It's like a
Yeah.
cactus.
It's like how you like sand.
It's our cactus. It's our cow. It's our cow skull in the desert. Is brackish water.
We have saltwater pools.
Shut up.
I bet
dude.
you do.
We're
Where you
talking
try to
Maryland.
open your eyes and you're like, ah!
It's better filtration, guys.
There was a shit ton of jellyfish in the bay,
Yeah.
and I would not be deterred. I really wanted to play in the bay with my buds.
I'm not doing that.
Well, you got there late, luckily, so you couldn't.
Yeah,
be
we
in-
spent
I
the whole
wouldn't have
day
done
in
it
the bay.
anyway. I grew up
You
with
wouldn't have-
those fucking jellyfish.
I know.
I will not get anywhere near them.
You grew up on the water too?
Yeah, in the little
Fucking
Wakamako. There was all the same
Little
stinging
Wakanda.
nettles. Little Wakanda. I won't get in the water with those jellyfish. I've been stung too many times.
So what we
Fuck
did-
that. I hate it.
Well, and I've never done this before, but we just grabbed a bucket and scooped them up and then put them on a bucket on the deck. So by the end of the day, we had like 12 jellyfish,
And they move.
swimming
They
around in
suffer.
the bucket. They do
I had no
suffer.
idea.
They don't
They,
have
like-
assholes or brains though.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they suffer.
They suffered. They were sitting there moving. Charles and I saw it. It was like, oh my God, please kill me.
It's like SpongeBob under Sandy's dome.
Yeah.
They were. I told you this already, but I think it's so amusing. My little brother found out they can't sting you through the calluses in your hand. So he found out he can pick them up.
Because he had
And-
really calloused hands.
Yeah,
No,
doesn't
just
your whole
anyone's
hand?
hands are callous enough.
I
yeah,
don't think so.
It is true.
I have a
I've-
soft
He did it.
One
city
time when I
boys.
was a kid, I picked up a jellyfish unknowingly. It was just like a dead part
Yeah.
of one. And I was like, ooh,
Those can still
beach.
sting you.
Well, what happened was my hand didn't. I was like holding this thing, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And then when I went to rub my face,
It'll get you.
Yeah,
The poison's on your hand. You have superpowers
yeah,
now. You're
but
like,
you don't feel it on your hand.
You're like a rogue from X-Men.
Yeah.
No, but he picked it up, and we had this some family friends over, and there was a boy my age and a girl his age, and the girl was talking to her dad, not seeing him, and he took the jellyfish and threw it on her back, and she was like, "Ah!" And he was like, "I thought it couldn't sting." Because it didn't sting his hand. And everyone, like all the parents saw it and
never
were
heard you
like,
laugh
dude,
like that."
you're a fucking psycho. And he's like, oh, you know, you've met Nathan. He's like retarded. He's like,
You're just a parent. You look out the window.
yeah, like a big just.
That's awful.
And the daughter's like, oh my God, I've never felt this.
People getting hurt is so funny.
yeah,
to me.
we scooped up all those jellies though, and we had
I
a good
didn't.
time.
I stayed away
I
from all
was
of
sore
it.
everywhere. I haven't been working out. So
I was
after
really
the
sore
bed,
after
my,
15 minutes of running.
obliques, legs, back. I was like, oh.
We had a race too. I can't believe I won the race.
I swam head up, by the way, and I did pretty good
We-
because I
we-
was like,
we
I'm
had
not
a
going to hit a
swimming
jelly.
race.
That's a douche sentence. Dude, I can't believe I won that race.
No,
Against
legitimately-
all you guys, I can't believe it.
No,
I
I
came in
no.
first.
I
It
mean,
was
against
so
Charles
easy.
and Marty, you guys, I feel like you're more in shape than me.
The thing
I'm
was,
very
I mean,
out
I
of shape.
barely put any effort in.
I did
still
good
won.
I swam water polo style, head out, because I was like, I'm not getting hit by a jelly. But Monty was,
jelly in the face.
Monty was doing bad.
Yeah, Marty did real bad.
Oh, I haven't even started
But Zach
swimming
did-
yet.
Zach
When I
did
actually
great.
started swimming, oh my God.
I went
guy-
so hard because I thought I was going to be so far behind.
Marty.
I thought I was going to be. I thought you were going to be like miles ahead of me. That's why I was putting all my effort into it.
the first
and then I
lap-
got out and felt horrible.
The first lap, I was like, I'm doing pretty good. Like for doing heads up swimming, I was like, if I had my head down, I'd probably be winning. But then we got to the halfway mark, and I was like, I'm exhausted.
If I
Yeah,
had
I
taken
was
a
like,
colder
there's no way
shower
I could
before
beat-
this, I'd
yeah.
be winning.
If you what?
If I had
Took a
taken a
cold
colder shower
shower.
before
Yeah.
this, I'd be winning.
Also, there's
Pussies,
a picture of
better
me.
take 'em.
There's a picture of me. There's several pictures of me
Take a cold shower.
that Corey took, my brother, or maybe Sierra.
Who I liked.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
It looks like one of those pictures of like Leonardo DiCaprio or Elon Musk at the beach. I look like pale and distended. I'm like, that can't be what I really look like, but it's like a picture,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is what you look like.
That was one
Yeah.
of my first bits ever.
Really?
It's I did a class project with a girl where we had to do a video thing,
Uh-huh.
and she sees it and she goes, "Is that what I look like?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a video. It's precisely what you look like."
Pixel by pixel. It's all you.
as accurate as it could be.
Yeah. It's just a horrible, and I laughed it off at the moment, but then like in the preceding days.
I could tell you were sad when you showed me.
Oh, I did show you.
Because you showed me,
Yeah.
which is a sad.
What do you
thing.
think of this? Yeah.
No, I was like, isn't this
Do
a-
I look fat here? I mean, you're showing me, so yeah.
Yeah,
look
you're
terrible.
Obviously concerned. I looked horrible, and I was like, "Oh God!" Like I used to be something, and now I'm nothing.
You were in shape for a while.
I don't like the past tense. I'm not
I'm using it intentionally.
to hurt you.
I like the intentional tense.
I remember
Intentional.
there was you posted a story of you in like Prospect Park doing a cartwheel and you had no shirt on, and I was like, damn, Zach's in really good shape.
Oh, I was ripped.
and
yeah.
I don't say that anymore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
I go, damn. Zach wasn't really good.
There's
shape.
Zach hanging in there.
He's 29, man.
Is that Paul Giamatti? Oh no.
Yeah, hanging in and
Yeah.
out there.
Molly did it to you. She got you comfortable.
Yeah, dude.
She got you eating cheese wheels and watching My Cat from Hell. You're different now.
I am different. I'm having a good time though. I'm enjoying life.
Yeah.
Too much.
I'm not
You were
enjoying
on
looking
that
at you.
reality show, World's Fattest Cooks, or whatever it was
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
My mom's watching you.
Really?
Yeah, my mom sent me a
nice.
screenshot. I sent it to Zach. She goes, "Is this your friend Zach?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, that's cool.
And he goes, my mom just goes, "He can't cook."
Yeah, she's like, "How's he doing?" She goes, "He can't cook."
That's
My
nice.
mom's a very short texter.
It was
It's
fun.
very funny.
Yeah.
Your mom's so nice. She called and
She's
was like,
lovely.
"Hey, I wanted to hear about your big shows."
Wow.
That's so nice.
She's the
They were
best.
not big shows.
Yeah, no.
And then we
they,
told her about the shows, and she didn't give advice. She was just like, "That's fascinating. Your
Oh, wow.
insights about comedy." It was cool.
Yeah. God took the right one.
Yeah, she.
It's awful to say, but who would you rather have die, your mom or your dad? For you, I actually feel like it could go either way.
Yeah, they both stink.
Yeah, I mean, they're
They're
great,
bad
but
in different ways.
Yeah, they're kooky people, but they're yeah.
If I
couldn't
peed, do you
choose.
think you could keep the podcast going?
I don't know.
No, me and Charles have
Don't
never done it.
yeah,
Just us
Don't
before.
freak out,
You
Rick.
think it'd be all right?
Yeah.
Oh, Rick is being so cute right now.
Who would you rather have die, your mom or your dad?
You'd pick your dad because he's
He's
fatter.
killing himself. I mean,
Just because you're ready for that.
deserves it more.
Because he's so fat.
Yeah.
So do you hate when you see your dad? Are you like, fuck, you're fat?
Actually, he's lost weight. He's lost about 25 pounds since I last saw him.
Nice.
So
Wow.
I'm happy about that.
That's
The
great.
thing is, though,
What's he
it's-
doing?
We should order food.
Speaking of
he
Nick's
stopped
fat
drinking.
dad.
He stopped drinking. That's the
right.
big thing.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the single thing. And for a while, he was in denial. He's like, I think I can lose weight and drink. And it's like, obviously you can't. You sound stupid. But he's
Well, it
not
sounds like
drinking.
he
and
drinks
I
a lot.
But he's got he's so heavy that he never gets drunk. So he's like, well, I don't get drunk. And it's like, yeah, but you had 7 drinks.
Really?
What is? You think he's past?
I didn't know
300?
that actually worked with heavy people.
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's your body weight.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. But I didn't really understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes so much sense that it's weird that you said that.
My IQ, I failed the test. I didn't
What
even turn the
pattern
test
of
in.
drunk?
I didn't realize drinking alcohol made you drunk. It's interesting that you say that.
Nick,
I'm
I
sorry.
thought we
I'm
were
like
having-
really roasting you
It's
guys.
okay.
See, that's what I'm saying though. But I talk like that sometimes too. But I expect the shit back, and when somebody doesn't give the shit back, you're like, wait.
When I don't give the shit back, I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh,
I
it's
was
all right.
hoping you would insult me
Yeah.
something on the trip, and
I'm
you
a nice
didn't.
guy. No,
I'm a nice guy. You're a psycho. No, you're nice.
I did tell
See?
Nick.
That's
I did tell
terrible.
Nick.
Terrible
Hey,
energy.
you got to hit me back. I feel like I'm
just tired.
lobbed a lot at you since
just
this
tired.
podcast started.
Do you guys want any?
I mean, I did way better on the shows than Nick.
You had 2 better sets than I had.
Which
the
I-
first one was considerably
way-
better. The second one was close, but I went second, so I should have been
Yeah.
much better, and I really wasn't.
Also, you have material that you could do that is good that you didn't do. So
I did.
it's-
I
it's
ended
like you're
with a
pulling
bit from
punches.
the special. It was like I was like kind of here, and then I did one old bit, and it was like boom, and then I was like, well, I guess I could have done that. The whole
Yeah, you
time.
could have done better.
you got it.
I don't have to do anything.
No, you don't.
Fuck, what was I gonna say?
Fuck you, Charles.
Damn it. Do you want to piss, Nick?
Yeah, is that okay?
I kind of want you to leave.
Will you guys talk shit about me while I'm gone, and I'll kind of hear it, and then I'll respond
Yeah,
after
sure.
you've had time to
Okay.
sort of mount your attack.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Nick sucks, right?
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. Say it in the mic.
He's a bad guy.
He's a bad
Horrible
guy.
comic. Could be better.
Could be the great. Could be the next greatest. I read there's a Google death benefit. Do you know about this? If you die while you're at Google, your spouse gets half your income for 10 years, and your kid gets $1,000 a month until they're 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And,
Good way to kill your dad.
And
if you-
Sergey will personally lick your ass once a month.
Love Sergey Goog.
Until you're 19,
Yeah, until you're 19, of course.
and then
it
you got to
becomes-
find your own
Yeah.
Sergey.
And then you got to get off the island.
Mm-hmm.
You think in that island's doing anything right now?
Epstein?
Epstein's island.
The guy bought it. He's building a hotel on it.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
go.
It's not.
I would
not
go
being-
as like an attraction. You want
Yeah.
to see Epstein Island? Here's
Yeah,
where the kids got.
It's like the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Like the 9/11
Look at the
memorial.
shoes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's a gift shop now of little
Yeah.
girls' butts.
Yeah. There's just a pile of binkies.
Yeah.
Probably too young.
Yeah, they
Shame.
smell like
Yeah.
a man's ass.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We went to Longhorn Steakhouse. I've been doing a budget tracker. I told Nick.
Oh, nice.
Nick was like, "You want to go to this?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm really trying to not spend money." I took like Tupperwares full of food on this trip. I really only spent like.
And my grandma tried to snake him. She tried to use her dementia to be like, "I'm pretty sure those Tupperwares are mine." I'm like, "They're Zach's." She's like,
Really?
"Nah, I think they're mine." It's
Really?
like, Grandma, they're Zach's. Nah, I'm gonna eat them.
No, Nick, they're for you. No, your grandma's great. She's a good hang. Great lay too.
Grandma hopping?
Yeah.
No, it's
no,
not
Grandma
hopping.
Parr.
Grandma Parr.
Grandma
yeah.
hopping. Well,
Nick
there is no
Parr.
Grandma Popping.
That would have sucked.
Parr.
Nick Bogey.
I think this is so funny. I asked my grandma.
Well,
she
we'll
was
see
telling
about that.
about my lineage, and she was like, "We're related to Henry VIII's last wife, Elizabeth Parr." And I was like, "Really? You tracked that back?" She was like, "Well, I don't know. We have the same last name." I was like, "Tons of people
That's
have
so
the last
fun.
name Parr."
That's great.
There was a kid in my high school with the last name Parr. We're not related.
Yeah, no, he was too. He's your brother.
Yeah,
I
your
forgot
cousin.
to tell you.
That's how last names work.
Yeah, I brought all this Tupperware full of food, and I appreciate you not making fun of me for it. You might have made fun of me for it, but yeah, I traveled with trout. I got all this fucking food that I didn't want
Oh,
because I
'cause you
signed
got-
up for
yeah.
a subscription.
Well, you're cheap. I know that, and you're a girl. I
I'm
know those
cheap and I'm
things
a
about
girl.
you.
I'm a cheap girl.
That's
I
pretty
told
good.
Zach. We already talked about how you were a girl before I told you, but I feel okay about it because I told you.
Really?
You're a
You
girl.
guys talked about that I'm a girl?
No, I think
I
we
think
talked about
so.
it after.
No,
you,
no,
you
no,
like
no.
Goss more than us.
You're a girl. We definitely had this. It was right before we
If you
went on the
wanna
road.
yeah.
But I was like, Zach's a girl,
That's
and you were
funny.
like, yeah, Zach's a girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought that was after.
He likes things inside of him. He gossips.
Yeah, he menstruates. Yeah, yeah.
menstruate. I do. I
Yeah.
bleed out of my dick.
Santiago has that factor though too. Loves to goss.
Yeah.
Well, he
he
shit
does.
talks. It's different. I have a bit about it, which I'm not going
I-
to do right now because it's not done.
Oh, about Santi or about just
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who shit
All
talk?
right, there's this guy Santiago, and then I do stand up about him. No, but you're a girl.
I did. I asked Nick. I was like, "Did you have like more friends that were girls in high school or whatever than guy friends?" And
Yeah,
he's like,
and I was like,
"No."
Jesus Christ!
And I was like, "You me neither."
You're such a girl.
and Nick like had a visceral like, "You so would be that."
I told him
guy."
that. I was like, I knew it. I knew you had more girlfriends than guy friends. Because
It was
when you'd
equal-
see
it was
those
like
guys,
equal. It was
I thought
equal.
they were. I was so suspicious.
pussy boys.
Suspicious that what?
They were just slimy pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Not that you are, but that.
But you were just trying to date him. Save
I
yourself.
was. I
There
was
we
trying.
go.
No, I really was.
That's what we all know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
yeah,
their
that's
best
why.
friend.
That's the slime factor.
Yeah.
I told Nick I would ask out. I had this weird unearned confidence about me. Maybe it was my swoopy hair that day, or
Swoopy hair was in when we were young.
swoopy hair was in. And when I had a
Well, when you were young, I'm
Ryan,
of a different
you're
generation.
crazy, disgusting young.
when I had a specifically
It's reverse. I think your generation's stupid.
when I had a specifically great hair day, I think there was a certain glow about me, and perhaps it was
I believe it.
the sheen of the acne medication that I had applied thoroughly, and then used to stick up my hair. I talked about that, right?
When you were a kid, yeah, my buddy
think I
also
did
did.
talk
My
about
buddy had
that.
Ryan Sheckler hair, and everybody in high school called him Ryan Sheckler. So he had
Who's Ryan Sheckler?
the famous skateboarder when
From,
you
like,
were
the 40s
not
or
born
whatever?
yet. Yeah, and
Yeah.
but he would
Like
use
the
like
Lenny Bruce of skateboarding.
he would use like soap, like bar soap.
Yeah, there was
in
a
his
weird.
hair
There's
to,
like a
try
weird.
to swoop
There's
it.
like a
Get it,
weird
like, stuck?
stigma.
Yeah.
To using product. I don't know what that stigma was. Where it came
we had a
from.
kid who used cologne, and we were like, cologne rhymes with alone, and we would make fun
Jeez.
of it.
Oh, that's
I used
good.
everything. I used my mom's hairspray. I used everything I could to try to get girls.
Yeah, I just didn't know. Yeah, you're stealing jeans with rhinestones in
Yeah.
it. So I was asking out all these girls, and I had schemes, you know. And one time it kind of became known that I would ask out women. It was more of a numbers game, you know. It was. I was
great.
like, I had like
I respect
100
that.
darts, and I would throw them all at once at the board.
At a woman?
At a woman, and
Hope to weaken her.
yes, so I could catch up to her. Well, one woman was on crutches, you know. She was a lone fowl away from the herd. And so I was like, perfect target. And I also liked her. Her name was Liza Bart. And maybe I've told this on the podcast before, but she was
Yeah,
on...
it's good clip.
She was... Oh, really?
You went up to her on crutches. I
Yeah,
said
she-
you were on crutches.
Let Zach tell it.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
It's like one of our best clips.
Oh, I forgot. We've been doing this podcast too long to
Yeah.
not be successful. But I was going up to her on crutches,
me.
and she started hobbling away because she saw me on the approach and knew what I was going to ask.
That's awesome.
And so she was going up this ramp in our school, and she was hobbling up, and I caught up to her very easily because she was on crutches, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Which is just, I was like a shark in the water, you know. Instead
so funny.
instead of baring my teeth, I was like, "What are you doing after school?"
Do you want to?
I had a girl.
Do you want to perhaps?
Sort of similar. Out of the blue, her name was Peyton. She was the prettiest girl in my middle school.
That's kind of a hot name.
Peyton. There were a couple of hot Peytons in my.
It's a hot name.
There was
Paige
sluts, too.
can also be.
Yeah, Paige.
Paige.
Paige was big.
I have a Paige thing too, but anyway, this Peyton girl, she
You
was
used to have a
going to the
Paige?
dance with a kid named Reed, who was very popular and athletic and stuff. And
Reed
one-
sounds like a hot number of a guy.
He was
Dude.
cool. She
Yeah.
was hot. Anyway, so we're in after school care, and she just out of nowhere goes, "Hey Nick, if I wasn't going to the dance with Reed, I'd go with you." And I was like, "That is awesome." And then it fell through with Reed. Reed couldn't go anymore. So I asked Peyton, I was like, "So will you go with me?" And she went, "No."
Whoa.
No, I won't.
No, that was a hypothetical in an alternate universe.
She came to my, when I headlined Sandman, she came.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She was like, "It's good to see you." I was like, "Who are you again?" No.
That's awesome.
I'm here with Reed.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd been in a horrible
Yeah, if Reed
car
wasn't in the
accident.
audience, I would talk to you right
Charles,
now.
you were going to look up a clip, and now
I'm
you're
trying to find it, but
checking
then
out boobies.
the
Yeah,
girl
looking
I
at
lost
porn,
my
even though
virginity
you're
to-
not supposed to.
Girl I lost my virginity to got married.
in this house. Heather will know.
Where is the clip?
We've had a lot of clips. You've like
Yeah, we should
scrolling a
start
lot.
reposting.
We should start reposting. Nick. What else do we got? Do we have any fun things?
I told you about my sad friend Jonathan. You remind me a lot of him, by the way. I'm replacing him with you.
I hope so,
It's
but
a
I hope I
weird-
don't
it's-
share the same fate. You have told me that before.
You're very similar.
But you said good things about him until he kind
He's
of
the best.
lost it.
He's still the best.
Okay, great.
But
Good.
you satisfy a lot of the things he did for me, so I don't need him anymore.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm not
I
going to
hope he doesn't hear this because that might have been the one thing he was holding on
Send some
to.
off. Yeah, well, Nick's still out there rooting for me. Nope, I got Zach now.
Not anymore, J-Dog.
He's the same as you, but, talks to me.
Yep. He answers my calls and does sketches sometimes.
That bomb.
Yep, that bomb.
What were you looking up?
It's the one you talk about schemes, and then you say you went to a girl on.
Oh, middle school love schemes.
Yeah.
That's on Instagram. You should have found it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I had another scheme where I would have my friend talk shit about this girl. Like, I don't like how she dresses. Like, she dresses like a slut. And then as she was coming into the locker room, I would be like, no, Allie is a beautiful woman who expresses herself through her clothing.
You were like a white knight.
Yeah, a fake white knight.
They're all fake. That's
A
the
fake,
thing.
but I was faker than them. I was like, you should. Yeah, I guess so. White knights, that's kind of their thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charles, you haven't talked that much.
I talked a
You
lot.
set the table.
Oh yeah, what happened to your weekend, Charles?
Yeah,
Anything
we've
fun?
just been going on and
nothing
on
really
about
fun.
our-
I just did some spots, hung out with Ricky a lot. I took my cat outside.
You're a
for the
true
few
cat
se-
daddy. You're walking your cat on a
Yeah.
leash.
I love
Do people
that.
give you looks?
No, I haven't. I took her for the first time out in public today, but I still kept her to like the side area because I don't want a dog to like eat her yet.
Were you able
Yeah,
to
not yet.
evade the paparazzi?
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple of pics snapped, but I looked good.
It's hard to avoid.
Yeah, I want my pets to have a great life, and I think it'd be hilarious. Like if you get a cat trained, then you can just take it with you and have it on a leash.
You're a very
You ever
sweet
seen-
cat daddy. You're like pseudo obsessed with Ricky.
You ever seen
gotta
those
be
videos
cute.
of a cat who can
It's
poop in the
cute.
toilet?
Yeah, I love those.
You gonna try to do that?
She is curious about the toilet.
It seems not that you
Yeah.
put a cat litter box on the toilet and you keep removing sand until there's nothing, and the cat is like, all right, and they poop in the toilet.
But then it's like you're flushing. I don't know. I don't know if I'd. I mean, I want to get an automatic one, but they're like $500.
Do you want to shit on Charles, and then he can respond?
Yeah, shit on me. I'll respond.
I got nothing for you.
Come
Okay,
on.
Jesus Christ.
I got stuff.
Okay, hit me.
My impression of you is you saying all the stuff you ought to do to further your life and career, and then you're like, I'll just take a cold shower. And you just take
Yeah.
colder and colder showers, expecting your life to change. But it's actually you're just showering. And your hair is getting clean, but nothing else is changing.
I don't think that. I mean, the showers. I feel pretty successful.
Here's my take. That's a little more specific and
That was
better.
so specific.
That was
Well,
pretty
mine's
specific.
That applies to no one else
I
but
agree
Charles.
with.
Mine's more specific. You're
All right, hit
addicted to
me.
procrastination. You've mentioned this
Yes.
and your bits in life. And, you filmed a sketch with Nick that you haven't edited yet.
Yeah.
Which would take 15 minutes.
Which would
I mean,
take-
it's not a long sketch. It's
Yeah,
like
but-
No,
25 seconds.
I haven't even touched it. I think I downloaded it, and I was like, "That's enough."
Step 1, done. Check it off.
It's funny, by the way.
But you procrastinate
funny.
with things that are good for
You wrote
you.
it.
You procrastinate with things that are good for you.
Yes.
So cleaning, working out, taking cold showers, climbing to Mount Everest on the stair machine.
Right.
But
There's the thing you should do, then there's the next best thing, and you
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you
I think I'm getting there with the therapy, and like today I was doing all jobs and writing before you guys came over. But I did. Oh yeah, keep shitting.
yeah, do you think you're smart?
No,
I think you're smart, but here's the thing.
I think I'm
you,
persistent.
that's
Nice.
a very
I think that's
yeah,
better.
That's
I
good.
think that's my.
I don't think it's better, but I think it is fine. I think it's okay.
Smart is pretty good.
Smart's great. I think you lack a piece that you would have otherwise gotten if you had gone to school, but more importantly, worked in the corporate job for longer.
So
I think
funny.
you lack.
But
I think you lack a technical aptitude that you have a very big learning curve because you never like got accustomed to that as a kid.
Every call
Yes,
that you
I would've
asked me
said-
about for your work makes no sense.
Well, for me, it's like more you'll call me about an Adobe thing, and I'm like, yeah, you do this, and he's like, what? I got to FaceTime you. And
Yeah.
then
I
I
wanna see your
literally-
lips.
I do technical help. It's like instead of screen sharing, it's like caveman screen sharing. He holds his phone up to the computer. I'm like, it's blurry. He's like, wait, hold on. And then you
Some
have
of
to-
those are real though. Some of those you're like, huh?
No, some of those are real. Some of them I'm like, Charles. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree. But this is where
I'm on the opposite side of you. I majored in computer science. Like I'm pretty technically minded, and you have hardly any technical.
I'm not
to
technically
me-
minded. I just have
acumen.
average IQ, and I'm nailing it.
But my
Yes.
IQ was smart enough to know. I think everybody else around me thinks I should have gone to a university, but I dropped out of community college 3 times. There's no way I would have been in a
I'm not,
university.
that's why I said more
College is
importantly,
so
job.
easy.
No. I wouldn't have. The pattern of my procrastination has been with me forever.
Yeah.
So there's no way I would have done a university without dropping out and having 40 grand
easy.
in debt.
No,
There's
it's
no
easy.
way.
It's easy.
I'm with Charles.
I don't care about
I'm
it.
not.
Doesn't
I
matter.
wouldn't
Easy
have.
or not, he would have had debt, and it would have been
Yeah.
another thing saddling him.
There's no way I would have shown up.
Well, I guess you're right
Debt,
now.
Heather. There's too many
Let me
weights
tell you another
attached to
couple
his
of other
ankles.
dog walking I did it when I got here. I would do 2 walks and go home. Doesn't matter how easy it is.
Wow.
I would.
What
I
do
just
you
won't.
mean?
Like the procrastination or whatever it is. It doesn't. The easiness doesn't matter.
It's like the wage gap thing. Just men work harder, and Charles and women don't. Boom! All right, I can roast
That's
Charles.
pretty
I'm
good.
warming
Yeah,
up on
you gotta-
Charles. I'm going to come for you next.
You
Please
gotta
do.
get-
Yeah,
Yeah,
cross
please.
hairs.
You can't.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ooh,
no, I
she's
just
back.
you guys are really good friends of mine. I don't know what
That's
to
why you
say.
got to
That's
be.
who you get
yeah,
to roast.
And well, it's not
Yeah.
even roasting. It's being brutally
I mean,
helpfully honest.
your when you did the naked show, your dick looked really small.
Did it?
Yeah, I looked a lot.
That's funny.
I took a peek.
My dick. If I was naked in front of, my dick shrivels in front of a woman for the first time.
Dude, can we talk about the? I don't
Dude,
think we.
you like
What's up?
jacked off before. You can't make fun
You
of me.
said you
I
jacked
did.
off before.
No,
though,
I
too. You
said
said you were
Zach
in
did.
there flapping. You
I
guys
was
were
in there,
both
dude. I was
being
trying to
weird.
pull
I
up-
did this
God,
thing.
you guys.
Let me
suck.
talk.
I was like a whip. I was like
I'm
a
muting
slave
both the-
master.
I muted both of you. I was trying. I was like a
Hold
slave
on,
master.
I'm gonna get some water in.
All right, Nick's, go get some water. But I was in the bathroom. No, you're going to want to hear this, Charles. I was in the bathroom trying to load Reddit not safe for work GIFs, which is like
Nice.
a porn Reddit, and flapping my dick like it was a fire hose I'm trying to attach to a hydrant. I couldn't get any amount of hard, which was crazy because before the show, I was worried. I was worried about, Charles said, that's my life. I was worried about getting hard on stage. And Molly was...
I heard that and I was like,
No, Charles knew somehow how this was going to go. I was like, oh my God, what if I get hard? That's going to be so embarrassing. Molly was like, oh my God, I was worried, what if you don't get hard? I was like, that's crazy.
I knew from experience, you get so not hard, it's crazy.
Yeah, Molly probably wanted me to be hard, and then people would throw rings on my
Molly's
dick.
the horniest, most outwardly horny person I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love Molly. She's great. Do you guys like her?
I do.
Yeah, she's good, but like if we were here right
I
now,
thought
she'd
she
be
was
like,
so
"Zach,
nice
I
on the
wanna
phone
sit on
every
your
time she
lap."
called you.
She's the best.
I was charmed by
She's
her.
the best. No, I
Every
really,
time
I
she
really
called
love
you,
her
I
a
was
lot.
like, that was nice.
She's my lady.
You guys are cringy, but in a nice way.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Mantha
think
just
so?
roasts me the whole time.
Yeah, Mantha's a
Will roast you. Molly
mean-
will be a little like if you're just sitting,
Simpy.
she'll be like,
You guys
"Yeah,
are-
simpy." She'll be like, she'll be like, I want to sit. On
Yeah, you guys are like horny and gay.
Yeah, it's
Man,
weird.
Mantha and I, you wouldn't know we were dating.
yeah.
You'd think I was a woman who I like fucked her on some career thing and she hates me or
Yeah,
something.
sure,
It's like a
sure.
bad deal that she's stuck with.
But
Yeah.
we did the we did the naked show, and Andrea went up first and had a period and just started free bleeding mid set,
Which
and
they
had the-
loved.
They did love.
It was an audience of gay drunk men and they were like, yes, queen.
yes. Welcome to the Shark Tank.
yeah.
This is the only time I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was doing well, but she had to literally clamp her legs
She
shut.
murdered.
Yeah, she murdered.
Best
well,
set by
it
far.
It looked like she did. They had to put down plastic. It was like Dexter.
No, it was my special taping and it went progressively Andrea crushed, you did fairly well, and I bombed.
Yeah, I felt really bad
It sucked.
for you.
It was really annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool that you bombed gracefully while naked.
I mean, yeah, Nick had a literal nightmare scenario. Filming a special, naked, bombing.
$5,000 investment, bombing, the smallest dick you've ever seen, apparently.
Not that I've ever seen, but definitely
But fairly
top
small.
5.
I have a big penis, though.
You told me.
I do.
We talked about it.
I'm like 8 inches. I measured one time, hard.
Yeah.
I was attracted to how big it was, so I remained hard. I was excited.
You were gay for your own dick.
I was alone and hard as a rock.
I'm gay for my own dick.
I used to have a complex about, not a complex. There was this dance called the marathon dance, which was a 27-hour dance. Do you do that too?
No, but I know what it is.
27-hour dance. I danced with this girl. We started grinding. It was in high school when you started grinding. And I had a boner, so I flipped it up. And she was really short, so her whole body was under my penis. And so I'm grinding on her, not touching
Her
at
whole
all.
body was under your penis.
She was really short. And I'm
She was 8 inches tall.
like
What are
where
you
she
talking
was
about?
pressing me was under where my dick was. Like her butt was under me completely.
Her butt was under you. So she's like a football that was hiked to you?
She was like 5'1" and I was 6'2".
Okay.
So we didn't line up in any way.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, I had a boner. I waistbanded it, so I wasn't pressing my boner into her at all. And then she goes, "Boy, I didn't feel Nick's dick at all. It must have been like tiny." And I was like, "Yeah, because I was a gentleman
Yeah,
and
because
didn't
you were feeling
stab you."
the vacuum between my balls and dick.
Exactly.
You were feeling the nothing.
So she's like, "What a small dick." And then there was
Wow, that's crazy that a girl then would be, because most
really
girls
mean.
most girls were like, I felt his penis.
no. She was like, "Nick's dick feels like a zipper." I'm like, "It was the zipper you were feeling, you cunt."
Whoa.
And
so
then tell you about who this girl is. I went and saw Dark Knight Rises with her. She was like, "We got to sit in the
Nick
front
didn't.
row," which I hated. So it was supposed to be a double date. It was me. It was this girl and my buddy who was.
You went on a date with her after she told the school you
I
had a
wasn't
zipper
with her.
dick?
This was before I wasn't with her.
Okay.
My friend Alan was sort of seeing her, so they're on a date, and then her friend and me, and her name was Nikki. She goes, "We got to sit in the front." I sit in the front, and
Nick
I'm like,
and Nikki.
It was Nick and Alan, and Nikki
Nikki
and
and
Alan,
Alan.
and then me and her friend.
Yeah.
We're sitting in the front, and I was so annoyed to be in the front, I abandoned the double date. To the girl, I was like, "Hey, I'm leaving."
Really?
And I feel so good about that. I left and went and sat in a better seat alone, and she was
Whoa,
like,
you're
and she asked,
weird.
she was like, "Do you want me to come with you?" And I went, "No."
Whoa.
And I left. Yeah.
Why'd you say no?
Because I wanted to see the movie.
Why'd you say no? Do you want me to come with you?
Because I wanted to see the
'Cause you
movie.
also out of spite.
This was Dark Knight Rises.
Also out of
wait,
spite.
wait. You could have watched the movie next to her.
No, she
And she-
would have wanted to touch and stop. This was Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, you wanted to like. She
I wanted to
kiss.
watch the movie.
Yeah, she
I was
wanted
like,
to kiss.
"Fuck you! I'm watching the movie. Men's rights."
Yes.
And so I left, and at some point in the movie, there was a laser pointer on the screen, again and again and again. We get out of there. Nikki goes, "Did you guys see the laser pointer on the screen?" I was like, "Yes," and she goes, "That was me." And I was like, "You're the worst person I've ever met in my whole life."
Nikki, the zipper dick culprit.
And then
also
later she
laser pointed
goes-
Dark Knight.
Laser pointer first, then
Jesus
I have a
Christ.
zipper dick.
She also flew the second plane
Did
into
you
the
ever
Twin
see
Towers.
your dick?
No, we just grinded,
She's the worst lady.
but
ever.
I was too tall.
You should. So you never like sent like a hey.
No.
By the way,
Sent an
never
FYI.
I never did that. I never sent a dick pic to
a
a person.
DUI. You DUI.
For your consideration.
I remember one time the first time I ever, and I had a couple original. I asked this the other day to comics.
Original dick
A
pics.
couple original to me. When you first start and you have your first dick pic jokes, and then you hear.
Oh, I thought you meant
a
original
nut-
dick pic. Because I have like a portfolio.
Obviously, I've sent other people's.
I have a
dicks for years.
portfolio of dick pics
working
that
up to mine.
that I just send if I
I think
need
I
to.
saw one of yours on accident. You were scrolling like, "Don't look," and I was like, "It's too late."
Oh, really?
Dude, I-
Apologize.
Sorry.
I've never talked about this before. I think it's so impressive. I never sent a dick pic, but I was texting this girl in freshman year of high school. So I know, and I was like, "You want a sexy pic?" And she goes, "All right." And I sent her a shirtless picture of me flexing. No, wait, but it's worse. But I didn't know. You know that thing? You know how I can like suck in my stomach?
Yeah.
I wasn't flexing. I was sucking in.
Yeah.
So I look like a Jew. Like I can.
Yeah, you look
Yeah,
emaciated.
yeah,
Yeah.
And she goes. She just went. Ew.
Oh boy.
And I was like, no, I look really skinny. She was like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, like Christian
And you're like,
Bale.
oh,
the
hold on, I
Machinist.
was lying.
Yeah.
I would have girls send me sexy pics in high school, and my friend told me this. He would, so they'd ask for one back, and then I would go to a website. You right-click, view source, copy some of the code, and then send it to them. And they go, just a bunch of numbers. And I go, your phone must be fucked. That's a pic. And then I would go,
God, you're like a piece of shit.
yeah, of course.
That's great.
And then
Ooh, we
you
should have roasted you on that. You're like a piece of shit.
yeah.
All right.
Wait, what was it? Oh, did you ever have this? Do you guys ever have beginning dick pic jokes?
No.
I had a bunch.
I'm not a hack.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm a hack, but I was like a loser guy in the beginning. I was like, oh, I can get girls.
Nick's just like an alti hack.
Yeah,
Charles
that's
is
a good
more
way
of
to
a
put it.
conventional
Yeah, I'm a
hack.
conventional little hack.
Yeah.
350 or less.
That's the other thing about you.
What?
You'll pitch me jokes, and you're like, I know it's hacky and terrible, and it's like not.
I'm trying to get out of that headspace. Today I went back to my dating jokes.
You're
but
good
it's
at
like
comedy.
Yeah.
I
don't care what you say.
I think I should be I think I'm
Far
much
better
worse.
than Zach.
No, you
No,
guys
you're
are you guys
great.
are
No, I'm
great.
kidding.
I
You're
think
great.
everybody's amazing.
You're great.
I think everybody's
don't
making
this
me look
part of
like
the
a
podcast.
fool
This
right
is a
now.
bummer.
But I only base that off of my current jokes. I think are terrible.
You shouldn't base it off of your current success, jokes, or status.
You should base it off of the jokes you have in the past that you refuse to use.
Yes.
Yes,
and
much like
you
Nick.
could be just make a master set already. Just to keep in the back of your pocket. That's where you are me. Where you, well, yeah.
Many funny
where-
jokes I
where
refuse
you-
to tell.
Where your Chuck procrastinate is you don't have the calling cards of a comic.
Yeah, but because I'm working on the next thing. It's work ethic. It's not.
No, see, I could do the same.
procrastination.
I could say the same thing about
Your cold showers.
yeah, whatever you want to.
No,
But
that's
like,
true.
you need to have a calling.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think, Nick, I could sum up your comedy as unprofessional.
That's a good way to. I'm a good
But
amateur.
with the
Yeah.
advantage of becoming, you have the best thing in front of you. You have 3 hours to choose from to
Yeah.
have a mega set
I'm
in
also
case
far younger than both of you,
but stupider.
which I hope you don't forget.
I never forget,
probably
but although you have early onset, apparently.
And
You
I
couldn't even
I
get
also
that
look
out.
way younger than you guys.
You do. You look like you're 15.
I have the best benefit of comedy here. You guys looked horrible.
You could.
Leonardo DiCaprio coming out of the pool. I mean, look at
I
you.
look 50.
Yeah,
no,
Nick
you
has
guys,
mustard on his sweatpants.
you guys do look great, but I look much younger.
buddy.
You
Thank
do. You look
Yeah.
like a little. It's because your head is small. You haven't fully grown yet.
Yeah, like a chipmunk.
Yeah, but I can stay this way forever. The thing about you guys is
I
you
believe
need to,
you.
you need
He
to
found
get
the
so
tuck
much.
everlasting well in the
Yeah.
tree.
Because Heather's a witch.
You
and
guys
she
need to
keeps
be
you young by killing boys or
with
whatever.
this water filter.
Yeah, with this yeah.
Yeah.
He's got an atom bomb over there that he drinks water out of.
You guys, if you do good, the audience watches you guys and go, well, they should be. They're older.
Right. Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I get
an
there,
age,
they're like, wow,
that age. That boy's hilarious.
that boy's good.
yeah.
Somebody get him a lollipop.
So precocious.
A lollipop and a blowjob.
I saw this young Sheldon comedian. It was amazing. Then these two grizzled old men went on and
Yeah.
talked about the war.
yeah.
I remember the first time I sent a dick pic is I've always had ED. Take a dick pic where I'm like still
Even when
paying-
you were like a kid?
Oh yeah, like the first times I've hooked up with a girl, and then sending one, I had the same thing. Like I sent it like half hard, And I was like, this is fine.
Always leave one more.
Yeah, but it was like out
Before
of
you knew
panic.
about it, you gotta
Like,
get a good clip.
I couldn't get it. Yeah, I couldn't get it full. And I was like, this is fine. And then I
You're like,
sent
great
it.
dick, bad crowd.
She sent back, "Are you hard?" And I was like, "Oh!" And I said, "Not all the way."
Not for you.
She was like, "Cool."
Do you make her feel self-conscious? Well, I'm just sending it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, you think I got fully hard for you?
Dude,
I
was,
met her at an ice cream shop, and I made her come to my car and show me her boobs.
Hey.
That's the way ice cream.
I don't like the way you talk about old sexual
I was like
experiences. You're
16.
like, I made her go to my car and show
Yeah,
me her
when you're
boobs.
16,
You're like a sack of shit. I like
you're
it.
like,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a goal.
Yeah, I
And
have
it's
I have a
just-
gun under the ice cream cone,
Yeah.
and if you don't come to my car and
You
give me
wanna
a
come to
hand
my
job
car?
every day, Charles, you remember that story? Charles told us a story about how
Yeah.
he made a girlfriend give him a hand job every day for a year.
Well, I mean,
You're a
because we dated, we
psycho.
weren't contractually obligated.
You're like Christian Bale. You're
How- nuts.
How normal is that to get a hand job every day from your
Nuts.
high school?
from me, it's normal.
Yeah,
From
Nick,
your high school girlfriend.
Nick does it for his grip strength.
Yeah.
It's no.
Oh, by the way, there's a new. If you do this in rice for a month, your grip strength is crazy and your forearms get huge.
Who told you?
do you
that?
get any better
It's
at
all
comedy?
Over, all over TikTok. You guys,
you go way
you guys'
funnier.
bits will stay the same, and you'll never make a good set.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I feel like
All
I'm
right.
not doing good in I'm in the shower right now.
no,
Oh, nice,
you
dude.
have the
That'll help.
capability to be the best one.
Me?
Yeah, that's true.
Is if you just Frankenstein just a 30.
Oh, I know. I'm incredible.
Yeah,
No,
you're
you guys are really
You're
great.
not credible.
No, you guys are really good. You guys are really good. You're the people I think about when I think of good comics.
You're the people I think about when I jerk off.
Jerk off.
Yeah.
Fuck! All right,
Yeah,
Zach
bad.
wins.
Bumping mics.
Bumping mics.
Dude, during the set, I somebody said something
What is the
weird. During the, you know,
the one set to rule them all.
yes, the ring, the soft magic. During the
Soft magic.
during the
That's what they call me.
that was my nickname in high school.
Nickname in high school. Fuck! Zach's
dude.
killing me.
Better
Fuck.
put your
I hope
sets
we break
together,
his
dude.
mic.
See, you're always trying new.
You're always going new, and you got to go tried and true, my man.
He's honing.
I'm honing, baby.
He's got that back pocket.
Yeah, you're a Ronin. You're a rogue samurai. You don't know what you're
You're
doing.
too busy going, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So what if you killed
Better in high
yourself
school.
with?
I don't do that. I thought you made fun of me for that.
I did.
How
No,
I go,
Nick
and then I
Nick
do
is
a bit.
Nick is going too fast though.
Yeah,
I'll
I
do
do
your
your
thing.
thing.
I
I
mean,
talk
that.
way too fast.
I'll do your thing. That was a nice shit on. That was a nice deflecting the shit.
That was good.
Yeah, I do what Charles does. It's bad.
See, this is good because this makes other people hate us. But I want you guys. We all should do it to each other. You ever do it to a person you're not good friends with? They're like, ow. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
Well, he's like, why do you think that didn't work? I'm like, because you said it on 1.5 speed.
Because
That's
my jokes suck, so I have to say them quickly.
so I can be done with them.
Exactly.
No, but during the winery set, I said I don't know. Some audience member said something strange that made me laugh. And this is how in survival mode I was because I was going in first. I
Oh,
laughed
yeah,
and
you
I bent
loser.
over and I.
Dude, he did the thing. A person crowd worked and he went. I was like in the back, like, what the fuck? I brought this guy with me.
Yep.
I make those, but that's if you're in survival mode. That you do get a couple mulligans.
I also didn't like fully
Not
mean
that.
I
That's
didn't-
atrocious.
Shut up, dude.
That's the worst thing I've ever
All right,
seen.
the
We're at a winery and he's
Yeah.
doing like Def Jam.
they loved it. They loved it, dude. The biggest pop of the whole night was when somebody in the crowd went, maybe in West Virginia.
I was
That was the
like, you guys
biggest
ever been
pop.
to a sex shop? And she goes, maybe in West Virginia. And that like crushed.
And then a
Dang.
discussion broke out.
Well, that's good though.
well, because I'm not
she
good at
helped.
comedy, so that helped a lot
Somebody did that to me in Arlington, and
when you fell off the stage.
someone said, like I said, like, can you guys hear squeaking because the mic was too, it was going like hee hee hee, and I was like, can you guys hear that? And the guy goes, yeah, maybe in your head. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, the squeaking's in your head. And it started to get a chuckle from the crowd because I was like, what?
So they tagged it up.
And I didn't have I didn't have a comeback. So they started being like, and I went, fuck you. And it's always nice to just yell, fuck you.
I stole that from
think.
you.
Yeah.
I do that. I've done the fuck a couple times.
I did. I said, fuck you. And then
How'd that go?
It killed.
Okay, great.
Because I think it's also like that.
It's fun to yell "fuck
Yeah.
you" or "shut
It's
up"
really
at an
funny.
audience
Yeah.
member who is laughing.
Yeah.
Love it.
But it's so over the top that I think and I was like, I'm kidding. Good for you, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got one in, buddy.
Yeah.
Good for you, drawing
That's
some
the
blood.
first time I remember seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
You were bombing at Branded, and you went fuck, and I was like, that guy's funny.
Yeah, branded, I really bombed every time.
Yes, you did. But then Zach brought you to my apartment, and I was very skeptical of you when I first met you.
Yeah, I remember
Because we had been writing, and you were like, "I got this friend," and you brought. I was like, "I don't know about this."
Yeah,
guy.
well, I remember I saw you, and you were like, I don't want to
just a
make.
murderer.
You have an energy of like, I don't want to
killer.
make friends. But then I
Yeah.
heard your joke of like,
very funny.
I'm awkward, and I was like, oh, this guy just sucks. He's just like sucks at making friends.
This guy just
And like
sucks. He
everything
can't
I
help
had
it.
against you, because I was like, does he like me? And then I heard your joke, and I was like, oh no, he's like bad at talking
Oh,
to
it's not a
people.
choice.
Because I was like, oh, I'm trying to talk to this guy, but he's a turtle, and that's worse.
I had that for. I started comedy in Richmond, and I was
You're
way
born this
younger
way.
than everyone.
What?
He was born this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
sucks.
was like 17, and everybody in Richmond comedy was like 30.
Mom, Dad, sit down for this. I suck.
When I first started, they all hated me because I wouldn't look people in the eye. I would like side eye them, and they thought I was being arrogant because I was like amazing.
Or like a dog who wanted to fuck their head.
Bingo. No, I was scared of them.
What's his name-o?
Nice.
Nice. Keep going.
That was it. They just hated me because
I'm
I
sorry, I
wouldn't look
didn't
them in the
listen at
eye.
all,
I was
so I
nervous.
was just assuming you had
no,
more.
but they thought I was being arrogant, but I was
Yeah.
scared of them.
There was a
I was
guy,
scared of all of you.
There was a guy in the first show.
except
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
skeptical
a
but
woman.
scared of me?
You shouldn't be scared of a
We
woman.
were at I met you at a train stop. We were heading to a mic.
Literally, I was in
You
Bo-
saw me at the train, and you were like, "Hey, I saw you at a mic," and I was like, "So?" And then you kept talking. To
Yeah,
me.
Zach did have, I think, the same energy that I, like the hey.
I'm just like a lost puppy.
Because that's how I met Zach, I think. Like,
And
hey.
you remembered one of my bits, and you told me you were like, "You did this bit about the axe,"
Yeah,
and I don't remember any of your bits.
that's okay. I'm bad. There was this guy in the show.
You didn't laugh.
Did Zach
I was
do-
making
Zach
fun
ever
of you. I
tell
was trying to.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's actually more deflating
fun of
to
me
just
back.
agree.
Yeah, I feel like
No,
an
no,
asshole.
Then
Yeah.
you lose. No, I win because you lose.
I feel like a dick. I thought you'd be like, "Oh, well, you blah blah," and you're just like, "Oh yeah, no."
Nope, I win, you lose. There was a guy with his arms crossed, and he had his arms crossed the whole time in the first night, the first show, that guy in the pink shirt, remember? And his fat wife
Yes.
hated
I
comedy.
remember the fat wife,
Yeah,
especially.
she's my cousin.
Hey, does your fat wife hate comedy? That'd be such a crazy, funny thing to do is ask him, hey, does
Dude.
your fat wife hate fun?
Well, he had his arm crossed the whole time, and it's like a bad pose and like
Bad juju.
That's bad juju. He had his arms crossed, and I got in trouble. I was about to call him out. Like I was planning on saying this to him, but when I finally got up, he had changed his posture from arms totally crossed to like he was like really
God.
giving
Do
me.
it now.
He was really giving me a chance,
You
but
took
like
off your glasses. And
too
you're
much
pretty.
of a chance. He was like. I was like, you shouldn't listen that intently to what I'm about
You
to
said
say.
that?
I think I did.
That's awesome.
But he also had his arms crossed in a way that I was going to shit on him for that, but then he uncrossed his arms because I, in middle school, had my arms crossed just because it's like comfortable to
Yeah.
sit this way. It's just kind of like you can rest your arms on your stomach or
smell.
whatever. And this history teacher thought it was so disrespectful, he called my mom. He's like,
awesome.
he's like, your son has the wrong attitude about history. I think he's on the Nazi side. When I tell him about Germany, he pouts and he crosses his arms as though they should have won. But
don't
yeah,
care
I'm
for
like,
this
dude, I
part
just
of
like
it.
it's sitting that way. And he's like, it's deeper.
wow.
You
Yeah.
were really good on that first show.
Thank you. It was a fun time. I
Zach
mean,
seemed like a headliner.
Yeah.
The
Nice.
second show less so. But
I
first
tricked
show,
them.
No, you were good, really good. I
Thanks,
was like,
man.
wow, this guy.
Hey,
And
fuck
then the
you.
second
you
show,
suck.
I
Is that
was
what I'm
like-
supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus.
No, that's good. I think
I'm
you guys
making
are,
fun
I
of
think
you like
guys
a
are
lot.
both headliners.
Yeah, we're good.
guys-
Hypothetically, episode 51.
It's been hypothetically
right.
episode 51, everybody. Thank you, Nick Hopping, for joining us. I'm going to chop this up to probably 30, maybe 20 minutes. And everyone get their feet in there.
kissing. Uh-oh,
feet kiss.
kissing.
Ooh, God, our
10,000
fucking
viewers.
fans are perverts.
They
It's
are.
honestly disgusting.
It is. I really hate you
I
guys.
I really appreciate the people who listen and like us.
If you listen
the,
for
uh,
the
the
feet,
Ruby
I
Room-
will tell you I do hate it.
Geneva, what's her name? Geneva.
Yeah,
Are they
Geneva
getting this?
Gonzalez. or
Geneva
something.
says she loves the podcast.
That's crazy.
I agree. That's really weird.
Our feet are scissoring.
Dude,
Our
your
feet are
toe is so
scissoring.
gross.
Our
Your
feet are
toe.
scissoring.
Your toe is-
toe.
Dude, get this on camera. This is like 10,000.
No, this
No,
is
that's
not
right. That's
consensual.
right.
This is
Scissoring.
date rape.
Scissoring. Charles
this
hates
is
this.
bad.
Uh-oh, I'm also peeing my pants right now.
Your
Oh my
toe is
God.
so huge.
I'm farting.
Oh my-
I'm farting. Nick's toe right now
What
is bigger
size
than
shoe
his
are you?
dick was on stage.
11 and a half.
I have the same shoe as
But
you.
it's all
Isn't
toe.
that crazy?
It's all
I'm
toe.
5'9"
It's all
and I have
toe.
the same foot as
I
you.
wear the same. We could wear the same clothes. I'm all head and neck. I'm like a giraffe.
I got a long torso, dude. You know when I did the
I got a short torso.
you know when I did the condom bit and I do the dick and I'm like deflating?
Was that the bit you wrote 7 years ago?
Yes. A guy
I don't remember that.
as
but-
You know where I was like,
looking?
send the dick, and then I go like, it's
Yeah.
spinning on it, and then I deflate. A guy as
the
I was
eyes.
as I was deflating, as I'm bending over, as the penis wilting, a guy was like, I heard a guy go, keep going.
Whoa.
And then I was like, did you say keep going?
You said
Softer,
that?
softer,
yeah,
Zach.
and, yeah,
Softer.
and then I was like, is it funny now? Is it funny? Are you laughing now? Do you like?
Nice.
And then I said, I'm very flexible. I've tried to suck my dick, and if you stay around for the end of the show, I will.
Apparently, who can suck it? It's the guy who's most recent on Robert Kelly. The
I
clip
could
him.
in high school, but now I
Broussard.
can't.
I could once.
Broussard is
Matthew
a-
Broussard?
You can suck it.
That's amazing. No
But I could only get the tip. I could get my
Me
whole tip
too.
in my mouth.
Yeah.
But that was it.
But that doesn't feel good.
No.
You wanna
It's-
get-
and I'm strained. I'm like,
Yeah,
so
you're
I
also
can't
you're more
sustain that.
focused
well,
on your
you should
core.
try when you're in the shower, all the way bent over like
freezing
that.
shower.
Hypothetically, episode 51, everybody.
We're taking
follow,
cold showers.
actually, unfollow Nick Hopping. He has too many followers.
Please do.
follow Charles. He needs it most, and then I need it next most. And Nick should be
Yes.
unfollowed.
I have
Charles,
considerably more followers than either of them.
he does. So
Combined.
thank you guys for listening. We got to end the pod. Charles has to get some food. We love you. Have a good night. We'll be back soon with more brothers, sisters, and siblings. Goodbye.